I was just typing in my other spell, because all the spells I typed in are either about healing or always prepared, so I had to actually add another one.
Oh.
Kitty, goddammit, get down.
Wait, are you first or second?
Get down.
Are you first or second level cleric?
I actually just went to second level cleric. I'm not gonna level in fighter anymore because Zach kicks my ass anyway.
That's, I mean, that's not true, but, you know, whatever.
Do you have a plus 14 to anything?
No, that's just athletics.
Yeah. And plus God knows what to everything else. You hit harder than me, you hit more often.
I'm not tanky.
Alright, so
she has maybe 7 more hit points than you.
Yeah, you're basically like out-tanking me in every way except getting hit as often because you're invisible when you do it. Like you're harder to hit back, and you hit as hard, if not harder, than I do. Because if you crit, you get to hit again. You get extra attacks all the time. You have magic attacks.
I do not protect people.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's why I went to levels.
Not a paladin.
That's why I went to levels in cleric, so that I could keep people alive more. Like that's it. You out hit me with every strike.
I mean, that's kind of what I did. Like, fighter wasn't going to do anything for me, so I went wizard so we can get a little bit of extra magic bullshit.
Yeah, and I wanted a little extra healing magic bullshit.
You should have all just been paladins, then you get both.
No, we want to be good at something.
Or a bit of bard so you can steal the paladin stuff.
Fuck you.
Well, with Vlad pulling Divine Smite, and with the amount of times you get to extra hit because you crit Mr. Frickin' Taliesin, then, like, I was hitting 4th hardest, so it didn't seem wise to just keep pumping into fighter when we needed healing spells.
Au revoir, Burning Hands. I have replaced you.
Anyway.
Okay, let's feed you. Yes, I know.
Yep.
Sorry, I'm feeding cat daughter.
Angry cat daughter.
She's not really angry. She's more like, hurry the fuck up, human.
Get in here, slave. My bowl is slightly less full.
I'm not even joking. It wasn't even empty. It was. She still had at least a good 10th of the bowl to finish. I think she just wanted water. Not sure.
Yep.
Or she wanted me to stop spraying her with the water bottle. I don't know.
Maybe stop jumping on shit.
I'm saying someday she'll learn.
Anyway, let's see. It's been 2 weeks, so I'm gonna probably fuck this up. But yeah, let's see. You guys got to Wolfheim, met the Iron Wolf, and eventually managed to actually secure actual reinforcements in the form of 100 Winterborn.
Woo.
Then you went to basically a prison/library where you actually encountered Trickery's mother and learned that Trickery has an actual first name.
Oh yeah, what was it again?
Suspira.
Fira. That's cool.
Fancy schmancy nonsense.
But her chosen name is Trick.
It sounds like a type of sweetener.
Yeah, I get that.
That's the treat side of her.
I set him up, you knock him down.
Oh god, no, you didn't pre-plan that. Don't pretend. That was all Bree.
I didn't say why I was setting it up.
Anyway. But yeah. So, and then Arcanos decided to screw with something that he shouldn't have, and you guys ended up leaving the library to running for your lives.
Yeah, apparently at 10th level I get run over by a bus.
Technically at 9th level you get run over by a bus.
Alright.
I mean, I already have my line. I know exactly what I did and why I did it.
Yeah, no, it was fairly good strategy. However,
I'm sorry, when have we ever done something flawlessly?
never.
Screwing up.
This
We
was going
screw
too
up
good.
flawlessly. We screw up flawlessly every single time.
Being fair, we defended the Dwarven Kingdom pretty flawlessly.
That is true. You even got flung onto one of their siege towery thingamajigs, and
Yeah,
it wound up hilarious in the write-up.
It
Yeah.
only took 2 of our adventuring groups.
Right?
Clearly, the presence of Itter and Giddy is what does it.
100%.
Yep, because Itter's got Midas and Giddy is sugar and sunshine.
Oh my gosh. Beautiful.
I mean, I know, you don't gotta tell me though.
No, I was briefly clicked on something and I was like, oh hey, it's a Carbot thing. Let's see what it briefly is, and it's hilarious. But anyway. So yeah, you guys ended last session by jumping through the portal again as the Guardians charged back into the
Prison.
into the prison. I was going to say building, but either way. So yeah.
Where did we have to go to get that little ticking chest checked out? I don't remember.
I have no idea.
I believe we have to go back to Wolfheim and find Clockwork, whoever that is.
Wait, didn't Terra
No,
find
it
that?
wasn't a specific person in Clockwork.
It's
Oh.
just people who work with clockwork stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we had to find a key.
Let's do that.
Well, do we have to wait until the cards come back up and make sure
We-
everything's all right before?
I thought we left.
Yeah, I thought we
Did leave?
warped.
I don't know.
We did. We teleported away. That was the last thing I wrote. Trick's mom, as we teleport away, says, "Is it always this exciting with you people?"
Oh, okay. So
It was too funny not to include. But I thought we had to go back to the capital to get the box opened.
Wolfheim is the capital.
Wolfheim is the capital.
I
Wolfheim
don't
is
have
the
to-
capital.
It's been a while since I've seen the map, and I've been awake for 36 minutes. I apologize.
Yeah.
Well, I'll throw you at the map then, real quick.
Well, I assume that the portal thing's a two-way portal, so we should be back in Wolfheim.
You are, as you can see, a couple of people immediately charge into the portal as you come through, and you just see Tavian there looking at you, arms crossed, just like eyebrow cocked, is just sort of like, I'm not even going to ask.
Yeah, and Nyx in rune roll form just kind of like hangs her head a little bit and her tail droops.
Clearly admonished.
Just walking away.
It's
I
You're
got him
real.
whistling with his knife.
Zach, you're a real robot right now.
What the fuck?
See,
Anyway. But yeah, Tavian's just like, it's not the end of the world. It's fine. Just shakes his head. Wouldn't be the first time. It won't be the last.
may I suggest hanging a sign?
Eh,
Or
There's a-
a curling silencing charm.
yeah. Well, if that thing wasn't full of magic, we would do that. But unfortunately, no matter what, it wears off after a while, reapplying the pain.
Gotcha.
Yes, and he's a right bastard.
Since it's less likely that he's actually out of that thing that's containing him, it'll be a simple matter to simply redo the runes.
Wait, the coffin or the runes?
The coffin. Technically, that coffin that he's in is not particularly finished. We never had the chance. So the runes supplement it, but as long as it's intact, it should be fine.
It's referring to the runes, not the coffin.
Oh, the coffin.
Okay. I know. Asking out with a negative charisma to act like not suspicious. It's not working.
All right, we're just gonna pat Mosa on the arm and be like, "It's all right. They'll take care of it."
It was in my head. I didn't like it.
I imagine not.
Reminded me of myself. Only not as impressive.
Can't see me, but I'm rolling my eyes. But, yeah.
All right, Nyx is going to change back now.
I'm just gonna not be a giant wolf.
Let's figure out what's in that bloody box and let's head... Oh, do we have our new stuff yet, Sean?
What?
Our level. Do we have that?
I
Yeah,
don't
the
think
long
got
rest
it. It's not just like a thing that...
Well, most of the time we would have to put in a long rest after you tell us we level, and it's been like 2 minutes game time, so. I think
Yeah,
why I
that's
was
true.
asking.
That's what I'm asking. Do we have long rest first before we get it, or is it not?
Yeah, you long rest first.
Okay. Just make a note of that. Yeah, let's find out what's in this box.
What time is it? I don't remember what time we went to that place.
You guys don't really know the time.
It's like,
Fair enough. How?
Plus, it sounds like we were underground for all the time that we were there. And plus, we did have a long rest, so it was at least 8 hours.
is there a sun somewhere?
It's basically been perpetually cloudy and kind of snowy a little bit.
Oh, so it's just hard to tell the
Yep.
time anyway.
Yep. Pretty much. Tavian just sort of shakes his head at you people and it's just like, well, I mean, you didn't cause any damage. Those books are protected far more than what he can do. So, you ready to go? I
Sure.
mean, it's going to be a couple of days anyway. We got to finish building the ship.
Okay. Trick does have this box that, needs a key or something.
Yeah, point me towards the Clockwork District.
You know, it would actually be easier if you had Hawken just make you a key.
Or that.
We're just rather concerned why a rather unsavory fellow had this.
What?
You mean
found
a
it.
dead guy?
Oh, we found this. We found it where the Duke of Reavers was trying to find the Moonbreaker.
Well, there was a city down there. It's not like the Duke of Reavers had this.
Yes, but a lot of stuff was also looted beforehand. Someone had to have seen it at one point.
This also thwarted everyone's attempts to loot it, so we're probably the only ones that thought it was worth it taking it.
Also, to be fair, we may open it and find out exactly whose it was. So let's maybe just withhold until we get a key made. Also, that was me in no way claiming any sort of ownership of the box. I want literally nothing to do with it, and I'm going to be standing 12 feet away when Trick gets it open.
Yeah, Nyx is going to be
Inside that
standing
box.
right next to Ledger, at least as far enough away that she can muffle the ticking noise.
Onwards to
Yeah.
Hakken. That was
Yep.
his name, right? I've already figured
That's
out.
the dude with the wings, right?
No, Hawken is the guy who smells like sulfur and is rather dismissive of your weapons.
That one, right.
The fiery looking guy. Or
Who we now have to convince to make a key for us.
Huh, we'll see if he's in a bartering mood. We got some weird shit in Nosa's bag he might be willing to part with for Trick.
Tavian takes you over, and he actually takes you to what looks like a dock area near the back part of Wolfheim. And you can see already that there is like a skeleton of a ship being made, and it's just like banded metal and just like a wood frame at the moment. You can see a few people just sort of loitering around. You can see and including Hakan and a few others. Davian simply nods and looks at you all, says, "You wish to talk with him?"
Probably someone with a good smile should.
I nudge Trick forward.
Trick. yeah.
That's definitely Trick.
Go with me. Together we can definitely convince him.
Yeah, I give her a little inspiration, like a thumbs up and like the finger pistols thumbs up and a wink.
I feel so inspired.
You should.
Trick.
And now it's worth more.
It's a D10 now. That's why I use 2 finger pistols.
Oh, okay. I'll mark that down. D10. Yeah, Trick. What?
Just imagine Code like, yeah. How you doing?
That reminds me of that other RPG show on Geek and Sundry, Alpha. Or
Oh,
Vast.
I loved that.
Vast.
Oh.
That's what it's called. But anyway, Trick marches over to Hakan and holds out the box and says, like, I was told you work well with clockwork material, and I need a key made for this. Will you make one for me? Pretty please?
He looks up at you. You see small embers just sort of coming up the grill. Where he slowly stands up and says, let me see this box.
Trick hands it over.
Reaches out, grasps it, and sort of holds it around, leans in, closes his eyes. You can hear him listening to it for a moment. Just sort of like the soft, he sort of controls his breathing so that he works with the clockwork. Before opening his eyes and looking at it again, goes, "This is very old."
Well, we found it in a sunken, abandoned city, so I imagine so.
This is from when the Winterborn were initially on the continent.
Wowzers.
That's been a long time, right, Trick?
That's been a really long time.
Yeah, I think so. I don't remember.
Sean, were the Warforged and the Winterborn essentially built around the same time?
No.
Okay.
Winterborn were technically built earlier,
Okay, that's what I wanted to know.
or created earlier.
So it's more than 8,000 years old. Give or take. I mean, does age prove difficulty to manipulate it?
No, it just means that the key is going to be a bit of trial and error. It can be done, though. Otherwise, my name would mean nothing.
Great. Will it be done before the ship is?
Most likely not. The ship will be done in a few days. We've been given orders from the Iron Wolf himself in order to expedite it. Apparently, he wants you either gone or simply back to your own place.
Is there any way any of us could assist?
Unless you can keep up with us, which I honestly doubt. You can see two people literally moving what looks like a steel girder easily in one arm.
I saw that on an episode of Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
What about assisting with
I meant
the
with the
box?
key.
Yeah.
I would need smaller tools. Either I could make them myself, or you could give me what you have.
That can be done, and I pull out the arsenal of... I brought all my tools with me. I have everything I could think of.
He looks down at what you have and just like picks a few very small picks and
It's like,
and sort of reaches into his pocket, and removes a small bit of like a small like chunk of metal.
I wish Nix had grabbed that tiny hammer.
I mean,
So yeah, and he nods and says, "We'll see how long this takes. Might take a little while. I mean, it's not like you're going to have much to do on the trip down.
So you're coming with us then?
Me, Tavian, I believe Fraga will be meeting us." And he looks over to his right to a few others who are sitting with him. And he points. He goes, "And these are the other commanders. That's Valdis and a woman with a large spear that she's been sharpening." He gives a nod.
Ledger pointedly nods back. Fellow spear holder. Yay.
And
Hey.
And then you share a moment.
he,
Well, out of character for a moment, would one of these people be the Winterborn from Trick's vision, or did I
no,
thought
that
she
was
saw another one?
Fraga.
Okay.
And he points into a young man who is just sort of like cleaning a pair of like vicious looking axes. He says, "That is Hofgrim. He will also be commanding a small force." And then, because Tavian is crazy, we have Urian, and he points to a man who, as Hakon seems to have been the tallest Winterborn you've seen so far. This one dwarfs him easily. And he's about, you could almost guess maybe a ton of solid muscle and armor.
so this is what it feels like to be a gnome.
Yeah, Nix is just kind of like looking up at him, going, "Huh."
But it's basically, what you can tell is just this big barrel-chested individual who is completely covered in armor head to toe with just this big helmet on his head. And
Your description made me think of Dark Helmet from Spaceballs. His helmet's just too big for his head.
no. But Hakon just shakes his head and goes, "That's Urian. He's a berserker. I would keep your distance from him."
Step back.
What was the name of the spear wieldy one?
Clearly the spear wieldy one. That's canon.
I'm going.
Ah, I want to know what's in the box. I feel like Brad Pitt right now. What's in the box? What's in the box?
It's gonna be another box. You watch.
Someone remind me, but I don't forget. We gotta ask for the box back at the end of the trip.
Right. It's like
I want to leave the ship and.
he's gonna open the box and he says, "Huh, there's only a deck of cards in here."
That'd be amazing.
Okay, Urian and
No, that's
Halfgrim
for
are
you in
males,
campaign. Yep.
and Valdis is the female spear wielder.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you much. My notes must be extensive, damn it.
Yep. Each of them just sort of gives you a nod, except for Urian, who doesn't even react. He's just sort of like a statue.
I mean, I'm assuming we would return the nods politely and maybe give little
Yes.
hellos. Other than that, we're kind of just standing around waiting on a key talk.
And Nix kind of makes introductions, at least of herself. People, if they don't speak up.
I'm pretty sure you have more charisma than Ledger. You go right ahead and introduce everybody.
Nix has no charisma. It's just that she is so completely honest that it kind of just comes across as so sincere that nobody really questions it.
I have
Nice.
negative charisma, so my mouth is basically a footlocker for the amount of times I shove mine into it.
I love that. Yeah, you stand next to me and we'll let the other people do it.
But yeah. Hakon begins to chisel his little small piece of metal. He says, I would suggest you go visit the marketplaces and take in the sights, but simply window shopping is often very boring. I doubt you have anything that we consider worth trading.
Let me open
Oh
the
yeah, is our
Google
coin
Drive.
not good here?
We don't deal in gold here. I've heard that is something for the outside world.
I want to buy a new magic item.
He reaches into a small pouch on his side and withdraws a few things, and he holds it out and reveals that there are small, like, rectangular pieces of metal. They're not gold. You can tell that each of them actually is very similar to like things that you've seen forged around here.
So they deal in
Wait.
materials?
Wait. So it's a small rectangular piece of material, kind of like the ones that have been grafted onto some of their skin, or
Like, just you've seen like their weapons and armor, and even that bit that's grafted onto their skin. You've seen that all of these have been materials for those things.
oh, okay.
It's like dealing in skincare.
Well, it's dealing
Oh,
in
dealing in.
metals, that precious metals essentially, that they actually use for their work.
If I take a look at it, I can't discern what type it is or if I've seen it before, right?
Nope.
It's a native. Since we want to go mining, it looks like we're going to have to barter.
Well, but
Well, he just said
it looks
they
like
wouldn't-
this is the only thing they trade for. So
that, and they didn't find our stuff impressive enough otherwise. So being an outside world novelty isn't going to get us far. At that point, we could give them a sandwich. Like,
well, I mean, about the only thing we'd have is our utility items, and I don't think we're the best ones to start up trade with that.
Well, if nothing else, I guess we could window shop.
Yeah, the only thing I could
Who
see-
knows? We might find some eccentric salesperson who finds outsider coin or items. Cool.
We need a victor.
No.
Well, if anyone else is not interested in window shopping, Nyx would just like to visit the Rune Wolves again.
I mean, it wouldn't hurt just go look around. We have time to like kill.
Did we ever do anything with that pure bar of silver?
Oh yeah,
yes.
Vlad Shield.
Yeah.
Okay, I just realized I hadn't marked it off my sheet, so.
Yeah,
You
I
got
gotta look and
super
see what-
silver and then your silver. I mean, I still have dark mithril and something else.
I have this black mask from something.
Oh, I stole it from one of the dead dudes.
Oh, right.
Yeah, I have one of those too. Yep.
I mean,
Nyx has a mask from a doll which she redecorated.
You redecorated.
Oh, she used it for the festival.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, Talon and I borrowed masks from Selenia. They actually glamour you. It was amazing.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, we got up to some shit.
weird iron bows, sentimental loot, foam grenades. Yeah.
Mushroom.
I
Maybe
doubt
the
these
foam
guys
grenades?
have any interest in ballistics.
I mean, we don't really know that.
Well, I
All right.
doubt it.
If
I
you
mean-
guys want to try, and maybe somebody with charisma higher than 0 go with Nos, I'll take Nyx to go see the Rune Wolves and meet you there.
I mean, Sean, have we seen any evidence of like combustible ranged artillery and not just like ballista or like crossbow?
You
and stuff
haven't
like that?
you haven't really noticed anything outside of a few people wearing with bows.
Okay, we'll see that there may be a market here for that. Who knows? Or we're like people.
Traveling salesman, too. Good
Well, no,
God.
but Nos has drawn up plans for this kind of stuff, so maybe we could barter those and get something crazy awesome.
I mean, I have my
That's true.
engineering manual.
Arcanos have wares if you have coin.
All right. That was amazing.
God damn it, Khajiit! You're not welcome here. Get out of my town.
I haven't played enough Skyrim to get that.
I just went straight to bed.
There's
and
traveling Khajiit salesmen. To
Yeah,
say
I-
that. Like,
Yeah,
I
that's all.
guessed.
yeah.
All right.
Alright, well, I mean, I'm willing to try. I still have a lot of stuff that I have recorded.
I'm also curious if they're building the ship expedited. Does that mean they have a faster way home, or is it
Oh.
still going to take us ridiculous amounts of time?
Matt, maybe we
You'll
can get
see.
them. Matt, maybe we can get them. Like, if we trade them the plans, maybe we can get them. We can barter them to make the gun for you.
I mean, hell, if they're
Maybe
able
there's
to
an
actually
expedited-
manufacture something, I would just trade them the Herald.
I'm saying, like, maybe we could work something out,
Oh,
so that
what-
we can get like a custom winter forged gun made for you before we leave.
What about that guy we're trying to set up a trade with Bajor?
Yeah, let's go talk to him.
All right, you lead the way.
I lead the way.
I
Aw,
mimic
they're
Coat.
finally
Well, at
bonding.
At least we have a bit of a rapport with him, so he'll be the one to know if they can trade certain things.
I'm also.
I mean, we're basically trading ideas for services at this point.
I mean, it's also this area has reiterated that they love their craft to the point that they keep crafting. You know, this is a new type of weapon. I guess they might respect
Yeah, we give them
that.
this, and then we have nukes inside of 3 years.
Yeah.
But they can't go anywhere
Be-
with them without our chaperoning them.
I'm sorry. We already have a helicarrier. What? With a
Just be
helicarrier that
careful.
can warp.
Just be careful how you word it. This is an honor-based society. Just saying, they may consider it unsporting.
It's possible the Spartans thought ranged weapons were cowardly. But honestly, like, it's tinkering and working in a forge, so maybe they'll be interested on curiosity alone.
I'm saying.
All right,
There,
get it
there's
done.
there are some things we need to question.
Well, you make your way to the particular forge works, and you can see the strange, small, I wouldn't say small woman, but like she's like 5.5 feet tall. So compared to everyone else, she's small.
Right.
She's sort of sitting on top of the little archway that leads into it and looks down at you as you approach. Gives a little grin, says, "So, you guys came back. Have you already left, or have you just been wandering around?"
We've taken care of the majority of our business, but we wanted to talk to the Izzy.
Well, she'd probably know. You could probably talk to her.
The master of the house.
Well, I'm just saying, like, am I talking to the mouth or am I talking to the hand, basically?
Technically, you're talking to the sword.
But that's fair. Yeah, I mean, like, how do I refer to him, her? Like, because I don't want to call her. I don't want to, refer to him as her master and like.
So
her
just
get all
say
about
her man. Like, shit, it's a dude, it's fine.
it. Yo, we need to talk to your man.
The lord of the house.
Or her wielder, I guess?
Yeah, Wield. All right, yeah, that's good. That's good. Thank you. Coke kind of walks up and goes, "Yeah, we finished up our business in town. We were looking to maybe get some custom work done. We have some ideas worth bartering. We're not exactly sure if it's something that folks in town would be interested in, but there's no harm in asking, we imagined."
It's not often that someone comes by bartering ideas. But she shrugs. Simply scoots herself off the door and lands very lightly before walking in. Veterian himself isn't here, but perhaps one of his smiths would listen to you.
Yeah, let's talk to. Would you mind if we talk to one of them?
She shrugs.
Okay. That's the go-ahead then, right?
Well, she's just like, I don't care.
All right, so I grab Arcanus and we go and talk to one of the smiths.
You can see one of the smiths like just sort of tinkering on something very, very small, just very lightly tapping a hammer onto a chisel onto the small piece of metal. And he looks up at you as you approach, goes, "Can I assist you, Outlanders?"
Yes, Gentlesmith. We're looking to get some custom work done for my friend here, and we're not really sure what it's valued here, but we thought maybe like there'd be like fair exchange of ideas. Maybe would be a good currency. We wanted to run something by you, see if it was possible, or if you guys were interested in it.
I mean, I can take a look. I'd have to get approval from Vetarian himself, but
Of course.
I mean, as I said, I can take a look.
That was who we wanted to talk to in the first place, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Yeah, we were going to talk to him anyway, but he just doesn't happen to be in town, so we just wanted to see if this was something that was, possible to build here in a timely fashion, and whether or not you guys would like to perhaps barter for the schematics.
Unsure about a timely fashion. We like to iterate many times before we actually finish a product, but
That I can respect.
it's possible. You say Vetarian wasn't here? So often he leaves Caliburn lying around, but you never know.
Yeah, he doesn't seem to be here in his, I guess, what did he call it? Caliber?
Callie, I think, is what I wrote down, but that might have been a nickname.
Oh, gotcha.
There you go.
His sword lady.
Sword Lady. Yeah, Sword Lady's Caliburn. Okay. Yeah, Caliburn seemed to be just pretty unconcerned about him.
She normally is.
Well, I guess seeing this, I will carefully draw the herald out, open it, take out the shells, and just lay that before him. Like it on the table, of course.
But put the shells there too.
Yeah,
that way
yeah, that's what I unloaded it with the shells.
Right
I'm
now.
not gonna have him pick it up and just pull the trigger.
And then you had the schematics for the bigger thing, right?
I have the schematics for the herald, the gun that I disassembled for the guy who took over the workshop, and I do have the new
Salvatorius?
weapon.
Okay, so you have multiple things we could barter then.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
He looks at it for a moment and scratches his chin, just like, so this is a ranged weapon of some kind?
Yes, similar to that of a crossbow bolt, except rather than using a tension to create forward momentum, I use a chemical reaction. It's quite volatile, quite loud, and it hurts.
He smirks a little bit, goes, Crossbows have... We attempted a crossbow at one point in time, but we found bows to be far more effective. And he leans over and reaches out and he grabs what looks like a large metal bow that he quickly strings before grabbing an arrow, which you can actually tell is just this solid steel, almost like ballista bolt. He looks over and points to a metal plate that's hanging off in the distance before pulling the arrow on, just sort of knocking the arrow, pulling back, and eventually firing. And you can see the arrow sails through the air just at lightning speed, strikes the metal with a spark, and is just like sticking halfway through it.
Okay. So what sort of strength would you require to pull back on that bow? What sort of physical arm strength, Fairsmith, would you require to utilize weapons such as that?
This is made for Winterborn.
Any Winterborn?
Well, I doubt all Winterborn, but those who are practiced in combat can wield one of these.
A weapon such as my friend here offers could be utilized by anyone. Still pack a relatively decent punch.
This is an interesting notion, but at the same instance, then you have a fool with the power of death, essentially.
It also doubles your fighting force.
It is also fairly scalable. As to where a bow will eventually reach a point where it's unusable, this can be marked up. I've actually seen similar ideas put into practice, though my own has not been fully tested yet. And
On
more
a much
iterations
larger
needed.
scale, mind you.
Hmm. It's an interesting thought.
Oh,
Though
not a thought, it's reality.
it's an interesting thought. But perhaps not for us.
Yeah.
We live and we die by the forge and by our steel.
Is that made out of steel? Arcanos, are you peddling carbon fiber? What are you doing?
The metals in this are
bonding
so rare I had to wait 8 times to get from Bajor.
I have made do. I am not proud.
Like, it doesn't break. I have been hit with breath weapons, acid attacks, and exploded on multiple occasions, and it survived.
It is an interesting piece of machinery, I won't lie. But at the same instance, I do not see the point of it when dealing with our own kind. It seems far more useful for those of us who do not have any particular skill.
I wouldn't say it requires no skill.
Of course, everything worth doing requires some manner of practice. But
I was
simply
looking-
point and fire, and looks and sort of like pulls on the trigger a moment, and it's just like nods and examines it further.
I mean, if you're worried about, irresponsible usage, there are a number of safety features that one can install. Heavier trigger pulls, for instance. Actual safeties.
This does bring an interesting notion, though. Perhaps if we are eventually able to leave, this may open up an opportunity for something larger.
Funny you mentioned that. Is that? Well, I mean, we're all right. So let's get a little meta for a little bit here for a second. Was that a covert operation that we were that we had agreed to
Okay.
with the Iron Guy?
The thing is, I'm thinking what he's talking about is if all of the Winterborn will be allowed to leave. We have no idea if that would ever happen.
Right, but what I'm thinking is, they're basically stockpiling weapons and warriors for the fight with the Sovereigns, whether or not they're allowed to leave. Basically, I figure if we're able to barter this off, this doesn't bite us in the ass. Does that make any sense?
Because eventually they will need them in a sovereign war, because what else would make the Iron Wolf drop the gate, essentially,
Right,
is what you're saying.
Mind you, our goal is not to stop the Sovereigns, it's to stop the Harbingers from basically fast tracking the Sovereign war.
But listen, I'm as disgusted by cockroaches as someone who would use a tank to crush a cockroach. So bringing Winterborn to Harbingers when they're ready for Sovereigns does not bother me.
Well,
I'm worried about what happens once they're out and about.
Well, that's what I'm saying is, these guys have not been given the green light to just wander freely. They're basically being put under our command for specific use. But the larger force at home is still being bred and born for war with the Sovereigns, because that will happen eventually. That's basically their Ragnarok. That's their big end game. If we give if we let this idea run with them and barter it off now, it makes that fight all the more stinging for the Sovereigns, and has no repercussions for us.
Because it'll happen here.
Because it'll happen here and it'll happen later.
That's clever. That's clever, actually.
That's what I'm thinking. And so long as we can get Arcanos a better weapon made, because the dude's been using the same damn thing since level 1, or 3. I don't remember where he started, but
I was created with this weapon.
Yeah, exactly. That thing is old as shit. Like, we can get him a new weapon. Dude's due for it. Christ. So yeah. I'm saying. So how much would this idea be worth to the Winterforge?
Winterborn.
Winterborn. Sorry.
Have some coffee, Zach.
God, I need some.
Well, I mean, if they're...
It is an interesting thought, and upon thinking more about it, perhaps the uses for a particularly small thing such as this may not be useful for us, but taking the same principles and making it larger, however.
I've seen artillery. I've literally seen manned artillery. Only took 2 people.
I mean, it's mathematically simple.
That was much larger.
Although speaking out of character for the moment, if it took 2 of our people, it'll probably take 1 Winterborn.
I'm just saying. If they make it on the same scale that we do, they'll take 2 and they'll just make it twice as big.
Very interesting.
So,
I will take these. And we will begin testing.
Okay, now we still need that commission for my friend here. Where are we in those talks?
We will ensure that you get something out of this. At the moment, we require extensive knowledge, testing, and prototyping.
Is there any way we can fast track this process? Because we leave in a few days.
I mean, you could just give them notes for the duration of our stay.
I will say,
that
out of character, just to remind you, we will have an open line of communication to them.
We have an
Maybe.
open line of teleportation to them.
Yeah, but the thing is, I don't know how fast they can work on something like
Well,
that.
that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't want us to leave and then Arcanos have to mail order something from the northern continent. Like, you know what I mean? Because Amazon Prime doesn't matter up here, you know.
I mean, if we did go to a Lyceum or something with a runic circle, I can just copy those, give them to our mage, and they can just warp us here with permission.
Yeah, I like Letter's idea of we just loan Arcanos to the Smiths and have them help, or have him, you know, offer insights.
Yeah, and if it doesn't work out, we can always copy the runes
Yeah.
and do that still.
I
Like,
put
Gnosis'
mine- I
plan
put
is
them
still
with
viable
other
if we loan
stuff
him
on
to
the
them.
table.
That is assuming Gnosis wants to be left here. I'm not trying to, like, force you.
No. I don't mind it, and it will allow me to, like, you know.
I mean,
ensure
maybe
where
you
this
can learn
goes.
something.
Yes, exactly. Like, out of some weird cosmic bull, these guys are technically my cousins. If I'm reading it correctly.
Not at all.
Yeah, that doesn't matter. But there maybe more kindred spirits.
Definitely that. I mean,
So like maybe you can get glean some sort of knowledge off of them as you're helping.
I'd be more than welcome to, and I still have long range communication. It's not like anything's that far out of my reach. From a communication
They
standpoint.
simply. He looks at it for a moment. You can have your weapon back. We will be dealing with this on our own. How we do it.
Very well.
Would it be okay with if my friend stayed and observed? Would that be outside the lines of acceptable etiquette?
No. Forge works keep their own secrets themselves. It allows us to compete with one. To have
mean,
an
are you
outsider
re-
learning
are you-
is.
Are you really competing with that outsider, however?
He's talking about others, not
No,
me.
I know what he's getting at. I know exactly what he's getting at. But what I'm saying is,
Gnosis
don't-
isn't part of that.
Gnosis isn't part of that whole structure and doesn't represent a viable competition because you don't have the manufacturing I mean honestly probably the skill to do the stuff that they're planning to do.
He's also
or the-
not part of their forger family, though. That's going to be.
Well, I'm saying maybe we can barter some of that in get him an apprenticeship or something like that. Maybe that's something we can do.
I mean, I am technically part of the secret.
What is that?
What they're working on.
Tell him that.
I mean, I am. It's like.
I don't know what that is.
As much as secrecy is to be protected, and I understand and respect that, I could still lend some help. I did make this on my own, with relatively limited training.
The answer is still no. Rules must be followed here.
Damn it, he said the R word. I can't refute him.
We will. Should we make progress in this, we will give you the fruits of our labor. Something that is more fit to your size.
Yeah, it's a recoilless rifle.
I think I'm about to get the postman. Alright.
Have you ever seen a recoilless rifle? They're fucking big.
Regardless, I bow, I thank them for their time, and I wish them the best.
Nods
Yeah,
and
Code appropriately bows as well.
goes over the plans once more and sort of scratches his chin.
Alright, so we exit stage right.
I'm proud of you guys. That didn't blow up.
That actually went better than I thought it would.
I mean, I can fast talk to anybody. Or a lot of people anyway.
When they say the
I
phrase
mean, it's
"some of
a
the people
logic
all the
around
time,"
the
it's a
iron.
lot of the time.
it's not that we doubt that you can. It's that we doubt that you will without.
Without incident.
Track record
Yeah.
says otherwise.
I mean, hey, I talked the Iron Wolf into helping us out.
Wait a minute, you did?
You don't remember the long game scenario I pitched to him?
Well, maybe. But I was still thinking he wasn't listening to us at all until Nyx mentioned the Moonbreaker.
He wasn't. Yeah, you mentioned that, and then he was still kind of meh, and then I spun the long game angle at him.
Let's go sightseeing.
Actually, you spun the long game at him, then the Nyx mentioned the Moonbreaker, and then things changed.
Oh, gotcha.
And then the Fire Nation attacked.
And then you stay still and put your collar back on.
But Dad.
No, don't argue with me.
Let's go sightseeing.
Nyx and Ledger are probably still at the Rune Wolf
I'll get you.
hut,
Yep.
stable, whatever they are.
Yep.
We're
Are
basically
there
in,
there pups? Is Nyx playing with pups?
Other
I mean, there would be pups, but they'd still be bigger than Nyx.
That's not going to stop Nyx. We know this.
Wait, but if she learns from the
No, she's going to be rubbing two bellies. That's what she's doing.
but the pups are just learning their language. So if you learn from the pups, you'll at least get a basis of their language.
Well, I'm just saying that she's probably learned like a couple words, quote unquote, but she's still probably very, very much.
And each of the words is a variation of "I love you."
Alright. So are we ready to hit T and skip time?
What did you say?
Press. It was another
Skyrim.
Skyrim joke.
Oh.
It was you know, you push T and you wait and you fast forward time basically.
But
Sure.
yes, is there anything else that people want to do?
Yeah, no, I don't have anything.
What?
As,
Was there other stuff that needed doing? This is the stuff that Sean makes me crazy with. Like, I don't know. Is there
The
more you
box
want to
was
do?
the
And
last
I'm
one,
like,
like-
I don't know.
I
I
mean,
know. I'm also I'm always interested in like trying to find new magical items, but if they don't accept our coin, then
I haven't seen any
do
any
that.
musicians here, right?
you haven't really seen musicians, but you hear like songs on the forge and a couple of soldiers just really humming things.
Would I have been able to pick up any kind of songs while I was here?
Would those songs even translate?
I'm trying to
into
think of like
common?
what kind of check that would require.
I would argue performance, but because
No.
that's basically rote memorization in
Well-
terms of.
What about
Performance.
something like investigation and performance? And if you succeed in both, you find a little how-to My First Recorder for the Winterborn book.
You know what? I'm gonna go with intelligence plus performance.
Intel plus performance. Okay.
I mean,
So the intel check.
You can now play Hot Cross Buttons in Winterborn.
Yeah.
For
17.
some reason, you are now proficient in bagpipes.
Yes.
And 21.
You're able to pick up some bits and pieces of like sort of keys of the Winterborn sort of like singing, so to speak.
Mhm.
You can see a lot of them are battle hymns, things like that. But every now and then, during the days that you're around, you can catch sort of listening to songs from taverns, which mostly revolve around drinking and fighting.
That's my kind of tavern. I go there and I play.
Oh, I have to go and watch this.
Go, make a performance check.
All right. Oh, come on, baby.
I'm
Come
gonna
on,
use
baby. Big
prestidigitation to give him a
Big
spotlight.
numbers.
You start playing your lute, and immediately, like, everyone stops, stares at you, looks at you.
And then
Before they start going into a very rousing, almost Irish, like,
Drinking song?
drinking song.
Yes!
Just, like, hardcore. Everyone in the tavern singing, including the bartender.
So yeah, I basically you know, let the lute hang at my hip, and I just start get overhand clapping, to
Yeah.
the rhythm to the song, and stomping in the feet and
Yeah.
getting everything going.
In which you just, like, the whole building's rumbling.
And then I call for quiet, and then I move to each table for their own specific verse to the drinking song. And then I move to the next. Then we do the chorus, and I move to the next, and we do the same thing all the way around the table.
I keep the spotlight on the whole way.
I'm 99.9% sure that that's any Irish pub in New York City. Well done, sir.
Yeah, by the end of it, there are drinks to be had, there are cheers, and you get patted on the back hard enough to knock yourself on the floor.
Yeah, even with 23 strength, I'm still like a $180.
And they're 2 size categories larger than you.
Yeah, that is well.
Technically, they're a size category larger than you.
Yeah.
The pain in our neck makes it feel like 2 sizes.
I'm still only 180 pounds in armor, so.
Oh yeah, these guys are like a quarter of a ton without armor. So
Yeah.
I'm 3 times your weight, and you can bench press me.
I mean, it's that belt, man. It's like Thor's got his own strong belt. I got mine. He-Man's got a
Yeah.
cordite battle harness. Same thing. Well, you didn't think I knew that, did you? Yeah, that was a deep pull.
I'm more amused that it's called a battle harness.
Yeah, it's a cordite battle harness.
They call it something else depending on what website you're on.
At least he got his in lace.
But yeah. So anyone else doing anything over the course of the few days?
Yeah, I'd like to actually probe my fans and tavern goers for like information on getting an outsider into one of the Forge Works
It's like on the
to
tote.
study.
Based off of what information you do get over the next few days,
Mhm.
it's unlikely. The Forge Works take very few apprentices every year.
Is there
And-
like an exam or like a
There
like a
is
trial?
an exam, basically, but yeah, out of hundreds who try to become part of the different Forge Works, there's like maybe a handful, less than 10, that usually get in every year.
I mean, that's not a no.
He's also only going to be here for a few days. He'd probably be disqualified.
Well, I mean, we're gonna have long term downtime, so
True.
maybe we could send him off to charter school.
Yeah, but it may not be really convenient for us, especially with the time difference.
Oh,
The different
yeah.
time zone.
That's
He'll-
true.
He'll leave for a summer intensive course and come back to our great grandchildren.
Well, no, didn't they fix the thing for us so that the time doesn't?
They fixed it on
No,
her
no, no.
They
curse.
fixed it on her.
fixed it-
They fixed it
they
on Ledger. That's
fixed-
right.
They fixed it on Ledger's Baby, but we are still at an accelerated pace to the
time.
outside world. When we get back, it's going to be
Much long.
Uh,
Well, that just means he just spends a week over here, and then or however long the time skip is. It just means he's got to work that much harder at class so that he can graduate early. That's all.
Yeah, for him it's a summer intensive course. For us, it's a full 4 years.
Right.
yeah.
Sean,
but it's
I would like to
also
build a
hard for-
hyperbolic time chamber.
You're
It's-
basically in one.
Yeah.
Only it's in reverse.
It's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard for us to tell how much time has actually passed. So figuring out.
Well, right, but we know how long we've been here, and we'll know how long has been passed
Oh!
outside. So we can just make the simple calculation at that point.
We know
we can adjust our.
approximately how long we've been in here.
Hold on.
Oh,
We
right,
don't know
but-
exactly though.
Thank you for reminding me. Sean, there is something I want to do.
Yeah.
I'm going to use sending to send a message to Talon every day, asking him for the date, and telling him that we're all fine, Ledger's all right, and telling him that the babies aren't born yet. I'm essentially going to calm his nerves, but keep asking the date every day so I can tell what the time difference is.
You get nothing.
I'm guessing it wouldn't be able to go through.
Well, don't you get a notification of if the message is received?
Yeah.
Okay,
He
so
doesn't
he gets
get
nothing
that.
back. Okay. All right, so yeah, there's probably something blocking magical.
Oh my god, so you're like that crank caller that's like just keeps like messaging.
Well, no.
him,
It's
like,
well, see, the thing is, he's not even getting any response from the other line. So, it's
yeah,
Yeah,
but like
more like
Talon
calling
can
a
at
dead
least
number.
hear him.
It's like deadline or busy signal at this point.
yeah,
Which
that's,
is terrifying because that spell is supposed to work across planes. I'm gonna cry.
Yeah, it's...
There's
That
a
can-
5% chance it doesn't work. For it to not work every day, I'm terrified of where we are all over again.
Like, if it fails twice, I'll try contacting anyone else I know in the keep.
But that just that just gives me an idea. If it had gone through, he would probably sound like a chipmunk because it was going faster.
Oh my god.
No, I'm basically
well,
sending
no,
a
'cause
25-word text message.
They would
Nope.
receive him
Vlad
as
was quiet.
well, Vlad had to go drive
He's
his sister
AFK.
somewhere.
Okay.
But yeah, like...
They
do
would
I
actually
get-
receive it in slow motion, so it would just be like, the kids are born.
No, but we're going faster. So him recording the message would be faster than.
No, they're going faster.
No. Oh yeah, they are. Never mind.
Yeah,
So wait,
they're
can-
going faster.
Can I
so.
not get a hold of anyone?
Nope.
Ledger grows more and more uneasy every passing day. Just FYI, because her
Oh,
message
bloody
necklace
hell.
hasn't been working either.
Hi, baby.
Wait, did we ever say, Sean, is that just a sending necklace or is it some other kind of enchantment?
It's a different kind of enchantment.
Okay, so, alright.
So yeah, one of the nights as we're gathered for dinner, I relay all that information about basically the ForgeWorks exam to the group.
Okay.
who wants to take the exam?
No.
Apparently.
If you're interested, we're not going to leave you here.
I'm just saying it might be a good thing to do for some downtime, and then maybe you can help guide the maybe you can apprenticeship at the ForgeWorks that we just handed off those blueprints to. Either way, it's a net win if we're not actually playing the game.
Mm.
Oh baby.
Trick is just gonna be spending the time, the couple of days, like awkwardly getting to know her mother again because it's been like 20 years. So they're like different people, and she's like, how do I deal with the mother? What?
A grand total of 3 conversations may have happened over the course of 4 days. Everyone is still just sort of like surprised and startled at all of this.
And Nyx is kind of awkwardly is kind of awkward around Trick and her mother, and sometimes gets a kind of weird, sad look in her eye. But she just kind of like is a little uncomfortable.
Yeah, Ledger's avoiding the mom, too.
Goat continues playing at the taverns.
All right. After a few days, you are all summoned to the docks to basically see what is basically looks like an iron-plated ship.
Awesome.
Think something that's just sort of like a slightly more advanced ironclad.
Oh, the old World War II ship. Or not World War II,
technically
the
Civil War.
Civil War. That's right.
Robot.
Yeah, it's basically just one of those, though there's no steam stacks coming out of it.
Oh, Trick, your box.
Yeah, I'll get it back at the end of the journey. Right? That's what he said?
Yep.
Yeah.
So he's got to run through the various combinations. And he's got to make the keys.
well, at least he got some small tools that should be helpful.
Alright. Then I guess we head back and hope like hell there's a home to go back to.
Yeah, Nyx is kind of uneasy about the ship as well. That is a lot of metal.
Tavian just sort of easily boards the ship, whereas everyone else just... You could see 100 Winterborn, all of them armored and armed like nobody's business. Just sort of all climbing onto the ship in their various sections. It's a huge ship, because, I mean, the Winterborn are large.
Were they sending any Smiths with us?
They're all
Hawk is
Smiths.
going with you.
Okay.
But there are a few of his own that are going, but there are more there are basically warrior smiths. Most of them can forge, but he's got a few of his own better at forging.
I was just making sure we had someone there to like repair and maintain weaponry for the Winterborn.
We have a factory.
Yeah, but we don't have that. Like whatever they do might be something special. We just don't have.
Also, you're
that.
still robot.
Don't care.
Okay.
I will mute you if you keep talking because it's hurting my ears.
Yeah, it's actually kind of painful.
Did you try just twisting the, or unless it's wireless, but did you try just twisting the wire? Because sometimes it just needs to be readjusted that way.
But yeah, very slowly, the ship sort of starts to depart before you can see a couple of runesmiths in the back begin to activate various runes. And the ship starts speeding along as if it had like a full sail of wind.
Should we brace
Is
ourselves for when
Tavian-
we cross the barrier?
Is Tavian technically captain or no?
Technically, he's leading the expedition.
All right, and he's around, right?
Yeah. You guys stop very briefly outside of Wolfheim. You see Fraga coming aboard with various pelts, and you can see like a huge bear pelt around her shoulders, which wasn't there before.
Someone got bored.
Nyx waves. Hi, Fraga.
She smiles and nods, just like, I'm sorry. She's just like, I know you're all about the animals.
And
They're
Nyx is like,
attacked.
Nyx kind of like looks at her strangely and just goes, "You were hunting. That's something completely different."
Technically, it was hunting. I just,
Self-defense.
wanted to fight it hand to hand. It was fun.
Nyx just kind of tilts her head to the side and she's like, I was raised by wolves, so killing animals probably doesn't bother me as much as it would other people."
She shrugs.
Can Ledger scoot up over to Tavian for a second and ask him if he knows, with those runes running now, about how long it would take us to get back to where we're headed?
He shrugs for a moment and says, in all honesty, I planned on dropping you off somewhere before we made the full trip to your home. We're still going to have to port the entire ship over to your kingdom, and based off of what you've told us, it's in the center of a landmass, so we're going to have to go
Fair,
over...
our ship flies.
We're going to drop you off at the port that you left from, and then you're going to take your own trip around. We'll meet you there probably in a few days. It won't take us that long to move this bulky thing.
Wait, how large is this ship compared to the airship?
We're probably a hood ornament.
I would almost argue... I don't know, you have to remember, you're dealing with a ship that contains easily 100 and can fit a few more.
Well, did the
And-
airship?
What?
Didn't the airship also have that same capacity?
No, the airship could fit like a couple of hundred, like quite a few. It's basically like a galleon. This is, I'd argue it's maybe equivalent size.
But it's a few hundred winterborn.
Right.
But it's 100 winterborn.
Yeah. Alright, well,
It's just 100.
it's gonna be weird to see them just marching across the landscape.
Wait, no, they're going to be.
awesome.
Oh, they're gonna warp? Alright. They know what they're doing.
But yeah, he shrugs and he says, depending. The runes need to be refreshed every now and then, but we have a rotating crew of smiths to do that. I don't know. I guess a couple of days. Not too much. Unlike most, we aren't going to be fighting the weather. This is a design that was initially meant for, well, quite frankly, for reaving.
Goodness.
Well, I did say that we don't exactly have the greatest history in the world, but even our more vile ancestors had good ideas. Usually we have a small wedge at the front of the ship and just plow through enemies.
I'm picturing that, and it's like GTA crossed with Pirates of the Caribbean, and it's hurting my head.
I like the idea of that. Can I have that game, please?
I'll get in touch with my Sunday group guy. He designs games for a side gig.
Yeah, I want that game. Real life.
Well, your birthday is a little soon.
No, 2 weeks is entirely possible.
Anyway.
All right. I'm sorry. Ledger is going to just, in general, thank him, and she's not that she's trying to come off as impatient with his answer or with the trip, but she is incredibly anxious to get home.
You guys eventually leave the storm around the Forge Lands and actually experience the sky for the first time in ages.
Oh, now I send to Talon.
You once again get nothing.
Oh, so help me, if it's because he's mind shielded, I'm going to pitch a fit.
Well, Ledger can try.
Oh, I guess, yeah, I'll try the message necklace again.
Your message necklace for the first time actually grows warm, and you don't get a response. You can tell that the other one is there, but it is very likely that it doesn't even on.
Who's the head of the guard?
Armand.
Alright, I send to him.
That one you do get an acknowledgement that it has been received.
Oh, and... Alright, and he can now send a message back, because it's two-way.
He makes a note of basically saying, we'll head up north, meet me there.
Alright,
What?
I relay the message in its entirety.
How do you feel about burning another one to ask him to speak with Talon first?
I need an hour.
Okay, never mind.
I mean, after an hour, I can then do it, but I only get the one.
All right, never mind, sorry.
Like, we're on a boat. I'm not using my third level spells for anything else.
Yeah, because we might get attacked by the Kraken.
Mm.
We have 100 winter
you don't
born here.
You don't want to be down a spell slot when the Kraken
The
attacks.
Kraken wouldn't attack us. We'd attack the Kraken.
They'd be like, yay, calamari!
I mean, I like seafood.
Good man.
You see a Kraken attack, and you just have, and you just have one of those moments where like half of the place empties and literally leaps onto it. I've made a terrible error.
I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if this ship had like those mag launchers from MGS4 and they just fired off like missiles. Alright. Well, after an hour, I'll try to relay whatever Ledger wants to send.
All right.
I want Armand to have himself or somebody, inner circle like Creel or somebody, or even Julian checking on Talon because nobody's messages are getting through to him over various means. And that's not normal.
And you get a response of Talon is indisposed in meetings at the moment. Has placed protections against various messaging things due to certain circumstances we'll explain later. Creel is missing.
Oh shit.
Julian is currently in a cage.
What?
Wrath is gone too. We're at war. We'll meet you up north.
Holy shit!
I imagine I sent the message and just opened my mouth like a speaker box. And just repeated this. Oh dear.
Ledger is now pacing the deck.
Yeah, and Nyx is joining her, and she's going to be growling.
I gotta stay with them. Like, hell, I'm
So there's three of you just burning a rut in the deck of the ship.
Well, no,
Yeah,
I'm casting mending behind them and fixing it.
Staying out of the crew's way, but yeah, Ledger gives zero fucks if she looks batshit crazy right now.
But yes, after a few days, which is a much shorter trip than it did to get up there, largely because you don't actually depend on the weather, your massive ship starts pulling into the port of Nev, and you can see like everyone is just like terrified of this iron monstrosity that just like pulls into the harbor, slowly stops, and it's just like Tavian looks at you and says, "This is your stop. We'll be going around the continent."
The box.
Hakon's just like, "I've used 3 keys. I've got 20 more to go. Please be patient."
This is the end of the trip, isn't it?
Not their
Well,
trip.
Aww.
I mean, there will be more time.
I didn't read the fine print.
Yeah, but
No. You downloaded it, and now they're installing it. And then after that,
God.
they'll update.
yeah, Nyx probably hasn't spoken a word except to growl at people for the past couple days.
Yeah, Ledger's been pretty much adopting the same thing. They're just brooding in a corner together. And then they say goodbye as quickly as possible while still not being rude and bolt the fuck off the ship.
You guys leave, and slowly the ship begins to like pull back after you guys leave, and slowly start sailing away as people are just like watching them. And then you hear a familiar voice. He goes, "I can't believe you actually made it back."
Is that our captain?
As,
Yeah,
as Pete, Captain Pete, waddles over. He's a little bit heavier than he was last time, but he gives you a smile and sort of puffs himself up a bit and goes, "I'm glad you made it there safely and returned safely."
Yeah, Nyx gives him a bit of a grin. He goes, Thank you for getting us there."
Aye. We barely made it out of there before the storm closed in on us again, but we escaped. But, you guys have been gone for a while. It's been what? I mean, winter's almost over. Well, I mean, technically winter is over, but it's just sort of has its last grasp on us, you know. It's been about 4 months, you know.
Yo?
Nyx,
You know.
Okay.
Nyx gives a sigh and is just like, yeah, it was not that long while we were there. We didn't realize until sometime in that time was traveling differently.
Ledger gives a look of desperation to Nyx and then Artax and Coat and just generally anybody tall enough who's actually looking her goes, "We don't have time for this."
I know, it's just like it's like
She's
we really
trying to be so polite and Ledger's like, oh my god, I don't want to talk to you, Pete. Go away.
Yeah,
Coach
it's
just shrugs.
it's just like we really have to go. Unfortunately, it's been too long.
All right, I'm sending it out. Going back to our contact.
Oh, you're gonna see how close to here he is?
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, we're here. We're
You
looking
can
for
see, you
instructions.
can hear back that it's just like you can hear back. It's like in Ascalan. We'll wait for you here.
Okay, so we joined a caravan to get to Neb before.
Yep.
So, what are we doing this time?
Is there a caravan heading back?
Can we-
ask
There is.
that?
Can we just
Or
buy
we
a
just-
carriage
yeah.
and horses and just do it ourselves?
I don't know that a carriage and horses could carry all of our weight by itself. I think we need a caravan. Like a regular standard, 2 sitting one way, 2 sitting another with somebody in the driver's seat. I don't think that's going to fit us.
But yeah, there is a caravan that is leaving shortly.
Is
Okay,
it the same one?
No, it's not the same one. It's just one of the trade ones.
I guess we join up with a caravan.
Hmm.
It worked last
The
time.
caravan master is basically asking for about 100 gold ahead. You
I
guys
just shove
are
it at him. I shove it at him.
Shove
That's
it.
it. That's it. Here's the bag of gold. Thank you. We're leaving now, right? They were ready to head out. It's not like they're sitting here for another day before they leave.
Well, they were just like, we're about to leave soon. You guys like caravan, and you're just like, yeah, I mean 100 gold, and they're just like, no one could do that, and it's just like,
Boom.
Yes.
Yeah,
Don't
yeah,
care.
because caravan travel is like a silver a head maybe,
I don't
and-
care.
and
I
even
don't
that's
care.
pushing it. I know.
Yeah,
it's
Nix
just-
doesn't care
I know,
either.
I know. I'm just giving you a sense of scale for what you just shoved into that man's
I-
face.
For
Yes,
the same
I
price, we
got
could have
taken.
bought 2 oxen, our own carriage, and a cart.
We have an airship. I don't care about oxen in a cart. If I have to make their year, then I don't care. Let's go.
Would have been nice with this in the airship. But yeah, no, let's haul a major amount of ass.
yep. It takes you another pair of days to finally get to Ascalon. And eventually, it doesn't take you that long with another sending to find a rather cleaned up Armand, as he just sort of like is in a tavern sipping on a mug of ale, just sort of with his feet propped up on the table. He just sort of looks and sees you there and goes, and just like for a moment, it's just like it just seems like he goes wide-eyed, and then he just sort of downs the rest of his drink and slams it down. It's just like, all right then. And he stands up and looks at you all and says, well, I mean, I'm guessing the trip was worthwhile.
Yes. Now, why is my mate in a cage?
Dude, why are so many out
One
of
thing
contact?
one thing at a time.
Okay. Our emperor, how is he?
Whose man's is this? Come get your man's.
Talon's fine. Ish. He was a little worried. He was worried for a while, and it was starting to wear on him. Agatha, thankfully, has been very helpful in making sure that he doesn't go crazy, largely because, well, I mean, she has a connection to that spell of yours.
He didn't shield himself.
Well, that was because, unfortunately, people have been trying to give him messages, and he has been delightfully ignoring them. These people, however, are the 3 kingdoms that didn't join up with the Empire after the Kral alliance fell apart. They decided to come to him for help when the mountains started to attack them.
Pardonnez-moi?
The Warforged, your kind.
Huh.
Yeah, well, it's not exactly as pristine and wonderful as we would think it would be, because as much as they deserve getting their shit kicked, we've also had reports that the puppeteer is somewhere in there.
Matt.
Hmm?
Well, I mean, the puppeteer escaped. and
Yeah.
is now doing things again. Damn it.
All right. Why?
But I mean, one thing at a time, please. So, what would you like to know? You guys have been gone for a quarter of a year now. And spring actually, well, I'd say it was coming, but we're having a late winter here, so.
Mate, Cage, why?
Yeah, Ledger and Nyx are like surrounding him, like, let's go, answers now.
They haven't invented whipped cream yet.
Can we walk and talk, please? Is that a thing we can do? We need to get going.
It is, but we can't teleport directly back into the city. We sort of cut off those avenues due to potential concerns. But, yeah. That's why I suggested we meet here, so you can relax. As much as the issue is, maybe I was forward, you caught me at the end of that day. But anyway, Creel went missing shortly after you guys did. Just utterly vanished with wrath. Julian took over for the army for about 2 months before he went to the Collegia Arcanum and asked to be put into a warded cell. Everything seemed okay. He was given comforts. He's fed. He was okay for a while, and then it just seems like he just went feral. It's kind of a dangerous task to feed him now.
Is it his Podfar?
Oh my god.
God damn it.
What is that?
That is familiar to me, but I don't know what it is.
Ponfar is the Star Trek mating season of
Is that for the Klingons?
It's
Is that
for
what
the
it-
Vulcans.
It's
Oh,
Oh, for the
Vulcans.
Vulcans.
But
Okay.
Mace just kind of like visibly calms herself down. She's just like, okay,
Ledger puts a hand on her shoulder.
get me to him and I will fix it.
I'm not entirely sure if you will. Something changed in him. We're not entirely sure what it was, but something. He just seems to have lost control.
I don't care. I don't have a choice. I will fix it.
I pick her up so she doesn't claw out Armand's eyes for suggesting she can't.
Oh, by Ayun's light, what else have we missed?
Well, I mean, you guys have missed a lot.
Who are we at war with besides the Warforged attacking those other nonsense people?
We're not at war with them.
Then who?
Because, I mean, the moment we heard the Warforged were attacking, we simply fortified the western borders and just watched them fight each other.
Who?
You can hear the notes flipping.
Not really. Vlad was just like, he's not really able to participate at this moment, so he wanted to let me know. We're at war with Uruk.
How did that happen? That's
Because they released a wonderful sermon and then started sending all sorts of propaganda our way, which is one of the reasons why that doesn't get through the shield all that much anymore. But basically, from what they've been saying, someone, apparently one of ours, attempted to assassinate the God King. And since he was weakened, he supposedly ascended and all that garbage. But, yeah. Currently, Gilgamesh is in control, blames us, and his army is slowly trying to make their way here. There hasn't been very many battles outside of skirmishes with some of their scouts, but they're coming and they're angry.
Those
Wait.
bastards.
What
Those
do you mean?
bastards.
What?
Nope, go on.
Ascended, meaning the God King is actually dead?
We are assuming that the assassination was probably successful. And this is simply their way of easing it upon the populace.
When did this happen?
I don't know. They sent the message, what, like a month ago?
And how long has Creel been missing?
Pretty much since you guys have been. Don't worry, we've also been thinking about this.
Yeah, for the person who had the longest grudge against them, not a stretch, but he's not back, is he?
No. Creel hasn't been seen since, well, as I said, since shortly after you guys
Since
left.
he left.
Yeah. Well, we didn't even know about Uruk being a problem until some Symphony members got killed on the way to a simple message mission.
Symphony? Wasn't that our little guild of interns?
Yeah. Well, if it weren't for Zol and Noel, then we wouldn't even know. But thanks to their work, they've been able to rebuild, and we have warning that Uruk tried to screw us, essentially.
Those bastards took my mother from me. I say
No.
bring it and I will obliterate them.
Well, now they've decided we're at war whether we planned on starting it or not.
It's a good thing we brought reinforcements.
Yeah, well... Wait, you brought reinforcements? And he just, like, looks around at you guys.
They're taking the long way around. We should go.
If it
we
helps
should
set your
probably
mind at
preempt
ease,
that visit.
they make me seem small.
Yeah,
Interesting.
maybe start massaging your neck now, in case you're ever standing next to one.
Yeah, well, I mean, let me think. What else has passed? The tower is now the Collegia Arcanum. Selenia doesn't run it, though. She's sort of focused entirely on her own magical studies and currently teaching her pupil.
Who is running it? One of those triplets?
Currently Starlight.
Oh.
She actually managed, she reappeared and basically has been informing Talon, I'm assuming of the Ocean of Stars, but she tends to clam up whenever I'm around. I imagine.
Did anybody check to make sure it's really her?
What do you mean?
We've been fooled by impressive disguises before.
Yeah, well, that stuff doesn't really happen all that much. The only person we know is under an illusion of soul, and we're not entirely sure why that is. But his personality remains intact and irritating as ever, so...
Oh, of course, that would be what survived.
Interesting.
But,
tidbit.
yeah, currently she's here. And most of the teachers are the three brothers. Seems Yama is very close to Selenia, so...
Wait, was
shrugs.
One of the trio of brothers is apparently Selenia's new beau.
What?
I quirk a brow at Coat.
I'm sorry, what did I do?
Selenia's got a new man.
Okay.
But yeah, the army is currently headed by Kark, the Dragonborn commander. Him and yeah, that's Artax's father.
Oh, right. Sorry. Shit.
He's currently co-commanding it with Gabriel Undoran, formerly the leader of Ostron, who basically fled with the rest of his people toward us after Uruk was discovered to be shittier than we thought.
Which is saying something.
Yeah. On the bright side, however, the Foundry has been fully hard at work. We've got about a dozen new behemoth types, and Salatorius has been talking about something called the Goliath that he's been making, which terrifies me, but, you know, anything we could use to help, I guess. Krieg's been pretty much himself, but I don't hardly see him much. He seems
Oh, don't worry. He
seems
will
like
be,
a little distracted lately, but
he's going to be mighty pissed very soon.
great. I mean, I mostly talk with Nomenon in order to get various developments, things like that. But
Busy.
yeah, I mean, not much is going on in his life. Got married sometime in winter. Small ceremony.
Yeah, congrats.
To Lazar's daughter?
Yeah,
Oh,
to the shock of absolutely no one.
well.
The only thing we had to deal with was the fact that there were people using your name recently,
In what capacity?
as in pretending to be Lilting Disharmony.
Okay. That's just a whole barrage of questions that
Nix just looks confused.
Code is
Why?
offended that anyone thinks that that anyone beyond Trickery or himself could play a reasonably accurate Code.
Imitation is the best form of flattery.
But yeah, he's not saying they'd be up to snuff, though.
Code's still gonna kill this man.
Nix is just confused as to why anyone would want to do that.
Were they stopped?
Well, at first we didn't even know how to stop them, because whenever we caught wind of what they were doing, which by the way was usually going to small villages, plying your reputation for money, food, free stays, and then basically just being terrible guests.
So this is basically Sayuki all over again.
I have never
Yeah.
been in Awful Housecast in my entire
Yeah,
existence.
I went there too.
I just have this vision of this like group that looks nothing like us, like a really large coat, like an extremely tall Nyx, and it's like, yeah, we're a little thick. Like,
A dude who's in heavy armor who's playing as Arcanos.
yeah,
Just a guy in armor.
yeah.
Not even
Just
good armor, like really
Three
shitty armor
ginger
that he drew
gnomes in a
face on.
trench coat are Ledger.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
Two
well,
midgets in a trench coat.
they were getting worse after a time. Initially, it was a minor issue, but then they started specifically invoking their name to basically become extortionists, essentially. Claiming that they were going to bring down the wrath of the Empire. And that's when we started hunting them a little more.
Any results?
Yeah, turns out they went to a particular town that has recently become the new Dragonborn settlement, and they know who you are. So
Ooh.
after lulling them into a false sense of security, they captured them and had them sent to the Empire. Which, by the way, I must say was a very interesting trial. You would never hear such sob stories being told, and then you put on the Zone of Truth spell, and suddenly all the ugliness comes out.
So were they buried or cremated?
I cremated them last week. Talon let them hang for a while.
God damn.
What is a while?
Long enough to send a message.
A
Yeah.
warning.
Needless to say, he was the least amused of all of this. And there was kind of a reason for that, and I can't really fault him.
Was Ledger a
Beyond the
man?
obvious, or
Was Ledger a man? Is that it?
No. But very briefly, before the Zone of Truth happened, she did claim to actually be Ledger, which may have assisted in angering him further.
Ugh.
Yeesh.
Well,
Wow,
the
glad I missed that.
sooner we can calm him, the better. We
Real
can
glad I missed
return,
that.
can't we?
Yeah, we can get back. We'll have to take a portal outside the city, which, I mean, has expanded in the time you've been gone. But, yeah. Ever since this incident, though, don't be surprised if you guys don't get access to the Empire's funds.
I'm sorry, my dog was barking at hopefully something. What about not having access to the funds? Why is that?
We broke, yo.
Well, from expanding, I take it, and prepping for war.
Well, No, we've got money and cash on hand, but Talon has been preferring to deal with it himself instead of letting you guys take the reins. You guys were gone for a quarter of a year, and after the first few weeks, we kind of settled into the notion that you wouldn't be back for a while. And also the fact that these imposters showed up kind of damaged the trust that Lilting Disharmony has in the Empire.
Has it been made widely known that they were impersonators by now?
Yep, but that doesn't stop villages from being much more discerning.
Completely understandable. I don't blame them. I just don't want this smear to remain.
Indeed, but that's why Talon thought it best that when you guys come back, that you guys aren't given the coffers of the city to upgrade the city, and he'll be taking care of that himself these days.
Fine.
Drake just sheds a tear at the loss of the money.
Bajor's gonna be
Honesty just sort
pissed.
of like quirks an eyebrow at you, just sort of shrugs his shoulders.
Bajor's gonna be pissed.
On the bright side, the Dark Elf actually has a small shop now.
Let's go shopping. That'll cheer up my spirits.
With what money?
I have money.
As she just shakes a bag of money in front of his face.
And then clutches it to her chest, protecting
Yeah.
her. It's like, that's all the money I
got it's got like the money symbol drawn on it, like.
Like a
Yeah.
cartoon, like Richie Rich.
Yeah.
No, it
You're very
has the
spooky,
symbol
Doug.
on it, but it also has Trick's insignia on it, so it's not quite legitimate, but you couldn't tell from a distance.
Alright, well, she's shaking money at nose. Ledger's gonna look at Artek.
Phrasing.
Oh my god, Armand, almost pleadingly. Just go, can we please get home? Please?
Yeah. Probably good time, any.
No, just
Yeah.
to meta for just a moment. What was the new due date, roughly? Because that math confused the shit out of me last time.
I think it's end of spring now.
It's basically end of spring now.
Okay, good. But yeah, Ledger would very much like to go home now.
You know, this is the time to bunker up. And maybe invent the green piece.
Oh my god.
But yeah, Sean, we're just gonna walk out of the city and do this, right?
Yep.
Alright, while we're doing that, I want to send a message.
All right.
I want to send it to my brother.
All right.
I want to ask him if he knows what's going on, and if it's possible for us to meet. It feels like we should take some sort of charge to this.
You get the notion that the message was received, but you do not receive a reply.
Damn social butterfly. Alright, let's get out of here. Ugh. It's probably one of his oil baths again. Ooh, I can't do spells now. My nails aren't dry. Alright.
Armand takes you to a small area outside of the city and is just sort of like, how is this done again? And he pulls out a small piece of paper and sets it on the ground. It's just like, any of you guys have access to arcane magic? I don't think I can ignite this.
Let me take a look.
Ledger face palms and just does perimeter checks to make sure we're not being watched or about to be ambushed.
Light the
Oh, there's-
fire? Is that what's going on?
It's a
No,
wizard
just-
spell.
I just need a little bit of arcane magic in order to set it off.
I'll jump on it.
But I missed what he's trying to do.
Teleportation scroll.
Oh, okay.
Can I insight check Armand real fast?
Yeah. What are you trying to insight?
I don't know. I don't know if it's just because we were talking over him and asking more questions, but it doesn't matter. It felt like he wasn't telling us something. I don't know. But Ledger doesn't think so. Ledger's doing spot checks.
Yeah, Nyx is just going to be strangely quiet and probably looking like she's about to cry.
Pacing around the circle.
If you would pace, at least pace 2 inches to the left so I can use it for the interior circle.
I step 2 inches to the left.
I'll light this bitch up.
It's just a hop to the right.
All right.
For God's
Well,
sake.
just make an Arcana check.
Alright. Oh,
That'll do. I mean, they gave it to Armand of all people. They
right.
Oh, I hit the base DC.
But yeah, you just for like a very brief spark of arcanic contact, and you just see the symbol on the paper just sort of burn into the ground before opening up a portal. In which case, you can see large walls on the other side of the portal.
What is that?
That is the current border of Shieldhome.
Okay.
Impressive.
Yeah, well, it's been 4 months. We've had time to reinforce and build.
Shall we?
Yep.
You guys walked through the portal to the Imperial capital of Shieldhome.
Wow, it's big.
Damn.
And
Oh.
settled. Did we always have a river?
Roads.
I mean, to give you comparison,
Oh,
it's literally the same map.
cute. We expanded into the mountains.
Oh, and it's symmetrical now.
Yay!
mostly because I was just like, how did the rivers go this way? And then I looked back and I was like, fuck. All right.
You know what? Man-made rivers are clearly a thing.
I know. I was just like, they just fixed them to keep things working.
Sweet.
But yes, as you can see, various things around.
Wow, even the bloody mountain is in our
Technically, I
walls.
just put that as just sort of like a rocky, hilly area where the mines are.
Still, it's protected.
So basically, the mines are now just like consumed by the kingdom.
Well, with Ledger's father and the dwarves from her childhood being there, she's not upset.
Yep. But yeah, you return and you find yourselves facing the massive walls of Shieldhome. Armand just sort of waves you and slowly walks up to the thing. Looks over you guys. Is like, in all honesty, it's going to be good to have you guys around. Mostly so people can stop worrying about you, and also because it's nice to have people who can really kick ass. Not
I
that
am
we
fairly
can't.
experienced at that.
I
Coach-
quirk a brow, confused by the statement.
That's like
Coach-
not that we can't, but I mean, with Kriel gone and Wrath gone and Julian currently insane, I mean, our people who can usually handle massive threats are kind of low at the moment. I mean, as much as I would like to count on Zol, the dude won't do anything without any sort of compensation, so...
Is this wall magic?
I mean, we've got enchantments upon various sections of it, but...
Are we going to be able to walk through or go over it or whatever right now without having to do anything?
I mean, you're with the captain of the Imperial Guard. I'd like to think that I can get into the gate.
Okay, the second the gate is open, Ledger's going to turn to Nyx and go, just fly over. We'll catch up with you later. Go see what's wrong with Julian. Because I know she's going to. She's
Yeah.
going to shift into something that bolts and be gone.
Yeah, I was about to say she's going to be acting like Tarek, and she's already gone.
Yep. I didn't want her to try to fly over the wall and get disintegrated, that's all.
I'm going to enlarge code so they can put on a better display that we're here.
Oh yeah, and I stride manfully through the door.
Yes, your 18-foot tall self.
Yeah,
Duck.
manfully.
Yeah. So, you the doors eventually open as you approach. You can see that this place is packed in comparison to how it used to be. Just super, super crowded.
With
And-
villagers or army or everything?
Well, I mean, just like there's not that many soldiers proper here. You can see guards every now and then, but it's just like townspeople and civilians and various mercantile people. Just like it's like become something from a very small town to a bustling city.
Neat.
But yeah, just sort of Armand just looks at the giant coat as everyone just sort of like stares and it's like you might want to not.
Yeah, you run the risk of stepping on people now.
I'm not that tall. I'm not fucking Gigantor walking around here. But yeah, he kind of looks down at Arcanus and goes, he just gives him a little nod and you know,
Alright.
come on.
Yep. And you guys make your way to the keep.
Does that say Daylon Temple?
No, it's Daylon.
Okay, that's better.
Technically, it's Delan, but
I'm gonna say it Daylon because that's way cooler.
anyway. Actually, I think I called it Delan, but whatever. But yeah, he just sort of like points out. It's like as you guys walk past Dalan Temple, and he goes, "This has mostly remained the same, though. Since the city has increased in size, there have been smaller temples that have sprung up everywhere. Which, in all honesty, is a good thing. You don't want everyone in the city to go to a single temple." He points over to just sort of some smokestacks rising that are currently pouring forth just like the blackest smoke. He goes, "That is the foundry. They are apparently working on something heavy duty right now. The aforementioned Goliaths, I believe, probably."
They might be receiving some help soon.
Well, that'd be interesting. The guild hall has been fully refurnished, and it's currently actually the only thing that stands within the keep area. I mean, because the only thing that we really trust more than the Imperial Guard here is, quite frankly, adventurers that you guys approve of. Though there's more of them now, especially the fact that 3 of them died and were assassinated essentially by Burak before we really got a chance. But, yeah. And he leads you guys over to the keep area, gives a small bow, and says, "If you don't mind, this took me away from my duties, so I gotta go find out what's happened in the interim. So, have at."
Ledger immediately goes in search of Talon.
I stay on her.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll go check with Emil.
Oh. He's learning magic now, right?
Hopefully.
Is Bree gonna try and find a house for her mom?
Well, she's gonna live in the keep with us, but Trick will.
I mean, technically, you guys don't live in the keep anymore.
Yeah, I thought we lived in the
We live in the
Adventure
Symphony.
Guild.
Okay. Well, she'll find like a quaint little house or something for her mom then. But first she's gonna go introduce her at like the Mage Tower, like to Arcosius and Selenia, and maybe Arcosius can help her with her research, which I forget what it's about, but I'm sure it's important.
It's about that prison.
Yeah.
Yeah, that. You live in the keep, Ledger. We do not.
That's
Since
actually a
when-
good way of looking at it.
Since when do you guys not live in the keep anymore? What did I miss?
We got the Adventurers Guild.
You became all fancy Empress lady, and you're like,
There's
get out of my house.
No, it was basically decided that the Adventurers Guild would be a better place for the adventurers to live.
Yeah, you know, so
Oh.
so we could have all the adventurers in one place. And
So in case one blows up, they all blow up.
No,
Well, I was
it's
thinking-
more along the lines of just so it just separated the adventurers from the Imperial.
Noblemen.
But think about it. We're kind of like in the cottage house on the grounds because we're right there next to the keep.
We can see you from the tower window.
Yeah.
Alright. Well, let's go find Talon.
But yeah, you go into the keep, and it doesn't take you long to sort of find your way around it. It hasn't changed much. The guard rotations have been increased, you've seen. But it seems like most of the people who used to be city guard are now guards specifically for the keep, whereas other guards now populate the city itself. And yeah, eventually you hear voices of several different people in one of the meeting rooms, and you open up the door and you see that Talon is currently talking with the familiar faces of Kark, Artax's father. As he just the Dragonborn just sort of like points over maps and grunting as Talon speaks, and Gabriel Undoran, who you have met briefly in Ostrand, as he seems to be the one who looks up first and just sort of looks at you people. His one working eye goes wide, and he's just like reaching over and like patting Talon. Talon's just like what? He gets up, looks around, and you can see Talon has, in 4 months, he hasn't like really changed all that much. His hair is longer and a little bit more wild, and it's gone from its usual platinum blonde color to just a pure snowy white. He has large dark circles under his eyes that show that he probably hasn't been sleeping, maybe even at all. But yeah, generally he seems like he's in decent health. And the moment he turns and sees most of you there, he just sort of like stops. And both Gabriel and Kark just sort of give a small bow before walking out of the room.
Ledger immediately goes into labor.
No.
For a second, that you're gonna say jumps him.
Now you've got a RP Lamaze class. Let's go.
Don't make me hit you.
Roll a Constitution saving throw versus breathing.
It's performance. You got to keep a rhythm.
Oh, for Christ's sake.
Anyway.
I mean, if he doesn't move first, Ledger's going to.
Well, he's just literally like staring stunned at you.
Alright, she bolts across the room, around tables, whatever, knocking a chair out of the way, don't care.
Yep.
Affection is not something Ledger does in front of Lilting Disharmony, but God help her, she's been gone for 4 months and he looks terrible.
You both are wrapped in a rather passionate embrace. As he still seems rather stunned, just the notion that you're even here. Before he returns the hug very much and just sort of you can hear him for a brief time just sort of begin to just sort of very slowly begin to break down before he stretches himself and just takes a deep breath and looks at you and says, "It's been too long."
If I'd known it was going to take this long, I wouldn't have gone with them.
Well, you were doing important things. I can't fault you that.
She just squeezes him around the neck. Just like arms thrown around his neck, leaning on him, don't care. If he falls over, she'll catch him, but...
Nah, he just seems like his knees go weak for a moment. It's just like he seems to stabilize himself rather quickly. It's just like, well, I mean, there's a lot going on right now. How did you... I guess that explains why Armand asked for some time off.
He met us in Ascalon. We have some help coming.
That's great, because hope he told you we're at war now.
We heard.
He didn't tell you he was going to come get us?
No, but Armand's always been one for pleasant surprises. I mean, yeah, he tries to keep my spirits up. Usually we play chess every Friday, drink a bottle of brandy, that sort of thing. Just something to take the mind off of all the shit that's going on.
It's good to know that you're alright, Emperor.
He nods. I'll be better in a few days now that you're back.
Miss Ledger?
How
You should
was...
probably tell him
Tell him what?
what's gonna happen in a few days.
Yeah, what is this? How was your trip? Was it successful? Did you... He looks and he sees the other tiefling and goes, well, that answers my other question.
Oh,
Trick
yeah.
introduces her mother.
Honesty's just like, do you know an emperor?
We didn't
Like-
tell her. Oh my god.
Oh yeah.
We never mentioned the fact that we are the heroes of an empire.
It didn't come up.
Yeah.
And that one of us was a queen. No,
Mm.
empress. Yeah. She was queen, now she's empress. Alright.
Son of a bitch. My real life resume should be so impressive.
Yeah, ain't that the truth? But she's
Alright.
she's just like, oh my, just like pats herself off a little bit, like some of the dust, and because she looks a little shabby, is like up and gives a courteous little bow, and Talon just smiles and waves off. It's you're welcome here, just as all of you always are. But it's been about a quarter of a year. Before you left, winter hadn't even come, and now it's having its last breaths. Though, I should be thankful that you left during this time. Apparently, it slowed down Uruk gathering its forces.
Yes.
So what else did you find when you were up there?
Another Titan.
I found that drinking songs are universal.
We found another Lake Luna.
And what did he have to say about this?
He wants to see Krieg.
Oh yeah, that's... Oh, I called dibs not telling him.
Interesting. Krieg's
Appar-
generally been working on his own projects, but it seems like he's rather bored without you here.
Apparently, he's overdue for a timeout, but I care very little beyond passing the message along.
Hmm.
We have some allies coming, but they took us by ship, so they have to sail around to meet us.
Makes sense, I guess.
I thought they were just gonna pack it up and carry it.
I mean, for all we know, they're carrying it over their heads like a log and trotting across the landscape, but they didn't port with us up north. They kept sailing. That is the extent of my knowledge.
Hmm.
With 100 of them, they could actually just carry that whole vessel.
Hmm.
I mean, they built an ironclad ship in, what, 3 days?
Something like.
Interesting. Well, I'll gladly accept them when they come in, but until then, As per usual, you have your run of the place, though I've taken the point of keeping the treasury of Shieldhome itself for Shieldhome for me and my ministers to use. It's not that I don't trust you people to know the best for Shieldhome, but with the incidents happening recently, it's best that some impropriety is not seen.
Of course.
But,
Also, is there any way we can set up a safe location for outside intrusive spells to enter? Because I've been trying to message you for days.
yeah, well, so has Urok, who's been trying constantly to promote their new religion to me, and that is why we have barrier to remove sending spells.
Yeah.
They're basically here to annoy the shit out of me and make sure that I'm either going to convert to their brand new, fully formed, or, well, I'm simply too destabilized for them to even care.
Oh, bother, we forgot about him.
What?
The the Golvarus'
Golvarus?
mountain.
I was in no way, shape, or form doing any of that once we heard from Armand.
Pollux, we're gonna have to send someone then.
We'll see who's around the adventuring guild. Maybe, well, and Zol are up for another outing that has potentially less shit to go on, and they can accompany someone from Lilting Disharmony.
I wonder if just the thought of an empty dragon's horde would be enough.
We do need them back in a timely fashion, though.
Yeah, well, it'll be a few weeks before we even probably hear from Urok. They've been very slowly moving toward our borders. But mostly they've been keeping to themselves. I imagine they're trying to test and see what they can get away with.
If only they were the only military force out there.
Yeah, well, I'm well aware of the potential coming our way.
Regardless, I do feel we should all get some rest. You two in particular.
Yeah, well, we'll see. What with Kriel probably causing this mess. The fact that he isn't here, the army is kind of... I would say it's not under good leadership, but Gabriel and Kark at least know what they're doing, but I would like it more if their master was actually here. But knowing Kriel, he's always got a reason for his bad ideas.
And they're typically altruistic.
Altruistic is one way of putting it. He has an end that he wants, and he will use any means to accomplish it.
Beginning to see the problem.
Yes.
Machiavellian little shit.
Problem is that we won't actually know whether or not whatever he's trying to do is actually for ill good. Who knows what he sees?
Oh, we were interrupting something. I'm terribly sorry.
It's nothing. We're planning potential spots for the next battle.
Well, if it's nothing, then you can step away for a while. And Ledger begins dragging him out of the room.
He says, alright, I guess I can get away from work.
She quirks a brow at him as if to say, damn fucking right you can.
I know, he's just like,
Yeah.
He's being coy.
it's like Wash, just like, work.
That's exactly what I was thinking of just picturing Zoe saying, "Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to take this man and tear all his clothes off."
It's just like, he's just like, okay, if I must.
You must. And she looks at Nose and Coat and Trick and whoever else is here, because I imagine Nyx pointedly isn't,
Yeah.
and just says, just excuse us unless the world begins to fall down more quickly than it currently is. And off we go.
Our Empress, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm okay with being Zoe.
We should probably
guys-
check in on Nyx.
Nyx, you are at the college. It is much larger than you remember. As in, like, several times the size. It's basically its own tiny town inside of, Shieldhome proper. Rocks? Are you muted? Hello?
Oh,
Sorry.
there she is.
Jeez. I
What
don't.
happened?
Somehow my keyboard turned off, so I was pressing the button and saying stuff, but nobody was hearing me.
I was just like, Roxanne has been very quiet.
Yeah, I don't know how long that had been that way though.
I don't know, you hadn't like said anything since they got into the town, so
Well, I mean, because she wasn't there, so I was trying
Yeah.
not to say
Yeah.
anything.
That's what I assumed, was like, oh, she's just really good at not talking when she's not there, unlike the rest of us.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think I may have almost said something once during that time, but I mean, if I was muted, nobody heard it anyway. So, okay, yeah, she flies into the college, and she does have like a find person spell or something. Does she? No. Wait, no, that's the scrying thing. She gets directions from someone. She just wants to get to Julian as soon as possible.
well, you basically are just like, where's Julian? People don't know, and then you find instructors like, Julian's like, you mean the half dragon?
Yes.
No, the other Julian.
I mean, this is a college. There are a few people named Julian.
Oh, shit.
It's a fairly aggressive
Nyx is just kind of like, sorry, I'm a little stressed. I need to see my mate now.
Just sort of like look at just like, oh, you're one of the Lilting Dismermy people. Okay.
Yes, I'm Nyx. Julian's my mate, and I need to see him.
I believe he's currently actually in points over. I think he's in that building. I believe that I have him set up.
Okay, thank you, bye. And she just kind of like tears off.
You enter the building and immediately see Timma, the wizard, just sort of like look up, looks. She's like, Miss Nyx. She's just like, wait. He's like, oh, hi. Oh, wait, you've been gone for a while.
And it's just like, Julian, where now, please?
Let's do. Are you sure?
Yes.
Oh my god, she's gonna eat everyone.
He's just like steps back and goes, all right. And he leads you, just sort of walks down the hall for a while. It's like, now I have to warn you beforehand, we are not going to drop the wards around his room. I'm sorry, but this is largely for your protection and the protection of everyone here. We have a lot of students here now, and while things were fine for like the first week, we were actually wondering what he was doing here before he just, I don't know, started going mad.
And just need?
He does have moments of lucidity. It's not all growling feral nonsense, but yeah, those moments are kind of rare. And he stops eventually.
Nyx is probably looking very feral herself and about to start growling.
He stops at a small bookcase and utters a few words, and you see the bookcase sort of slide slowly by. And you can see a doorway that you can see kind of shimmers, so you can see that there's like no way there, that it's just like there's no like actual door there. But it's just, you can tell there's a barrier there. And it's a nice little room with, you can see warded windows and things like that, but you can see the room inside is just like torn apart.
Yeah, that looks familiar. Nyx just kind of like is postured against the barrier, and it's just like, Julian?
You can hear a soft movement inside. Before you feel just sort of like a hum as the wards seem to spark up, and you see a lightning bolt strike the doorway.
Oh.
Yeah, Nyx still doesn't move. She doesn't care.
And then after that, you just see, for a brief moment, you just see like something hit the doorway hard, and you just see it shatter as just like just a chair that seemed to have been mostly intact. Before you see Julian as he basically slams himself against the wall, the warded wall, and you can just basically hear nothing but growling, a little bit of roaring, and just like scrabbling as he is against the doorway and just literally beating himself against it. And just you can just barely see any sort of bit of comprehension in his eyes.
But there's still something, so she keeps trying.
There's something, and it's just like after a while of just sort of like literally beating his head against, he just seems to sort of slide down and start breathing heavily. And it's just leaning against the doorway.
And she's leaning against it as hard as she can. And she's just like, Julian, I'm sorry. It's all my fault. I didn't know I would be gone so long. I wouldn't have gone.
For a few moments, you can just hear him just breathing loudly before he slowly begins to whisper. He says, "It's not your fault. My
And
blood is boiling. He's still alive."
Nyx is crying right now. What?
He's still alive. I thought he was dead. Why is he still alive? I can feel my blood on fire. And he begins to slam his head against the wall again. And Tim is just like, damn it, I'm gonna need to call the clerics again. He's gonna fucking do something to himself. And he walks away.
Nyx is just like, who's alive? Who the fuck do I have to kill?
My father's still alive. I don't know where he is, and I want him dead. And he just starts, once again, he just loses his damn mind.
And Nyx
He
just kind
starts
of goes,
screaming and shouting and tearing things, and you can tell just by looking at him that he has been self-harming. You can tell bits of his scale has been coming off, and the horn looks like it has healed once again. So
Nyx is just like, he's causing this.
Yeah, and you can tell that that moment of lucidity is just gone.
Yeah, Nyx is now absolutely distraught, but she now has a goal. Yeah, Nyx is going to be scrying the location of a blue dragon.
Well, you're Julian's mate. You could probably single it out to his father if you have something of Julian's around.
Is Nick scry?
I don't
She
know if
will.
she-
She will be as soon as she finds something that she can use.
Can Trick help with that? Like, if we do like kind of like have Keyleth and Allura always tag team scry rituals.
Ooh.
Yeah,
One of them even has horns.
Nyx is probably going to be. He's like at a room in the college or something, right?
Yep.
You said it was behind a bookcase?
Yep.
Yeah, Nyx is now going to be sleeping in that room next to the bookcase. She is going to be setting up camp there. She is not leaving.
Maybe you could search his old room. If he hated his father, he probably has something to remind him of him.
His blood.
Maybe a scale.
Yeah, there's... can Nyx summon anything, like... Is there any way that Nyx would be able to get a scale or something through the doorway?
No, I meant search his old room if he had a scale of his father.
Well, wouldn't his own skills work because he's his offspring?
Well, she can search his room, but I doubt Julian kept anything from his father. Well, actually, Nyx will send someone to search his room to see if there's anything.
Let it be Trick. She's good at looting.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have earrings. You don't even have to leave the doorway.
Okay, yeah. Nyx is not leaving the doorway, and she's just going to use the earring and go, Trick, I'm going to need some help.
Trick can just like hear it in her voice, and she's like, "Whatever it is, I'm on it."
Can you find? Does Julian even still have a room? Could you search my room and Julian's room and see if he kept any information on his father?
Kind of confused. Trick says, "Okay."
Anything about his father.
I'll go with her to help.
Trick will go do that, and she'll summon like an unseen servant to like help her search and put Treat on sentry duty, of like tear apart the robes. Does this require an investigation check or something?
Yep.
Switching
My sheet
colors.
go. Oh.
I was about
Not
to say
so
you're
good at
inspired,
reading.
but then I was like, oh, never mind.
Oh, did that wear off?
No?
No.
Well, I mean, technically.
10 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
'Cause
there
like,
you go.
I'll use it. But...
Ledger, do you, Ledger, you stay with Talon for the moment. There's nothing we can really do right now. I think after Trick and I do stuff, maybe then. But
All right, just say the word.
oh my.
But yeah, you
I just-
basically go through the room and you can't find a whole lot. He's got his belongings in there, but if he has anything from his father, it's well hidden.
trying to think of where somebody who hates someone would hide stuff. See, I hide that under my forge because no one would lift it. So
In an unmarked grave, in his case.
Trick reluctantly reports her lack of findings to Nyx.
I stay on it. I'm not doing anything important.
It was a long shot, Trick. I'm going to have to wait here and see if I can get a name. If I can get a name, find me scrying materials. I'll need I think I need a mirror.
Okay.
All right. Make another investigation there, Kanos.
Really should have rolled divination for today.
Too late.
Yeah, I know. Yes. What does the room look like?
It has four walls.
It's basically Nyx's bedroom. It is got a bed. It's got a few of Julian's things lying around, like his clothes and like sort of spare clothes, and a few just sort of books and things that he's been reading.
Is there a theme to the books?
No, some of them are histories, some of them are not really fiction, but just sort of like
Tales.
legends.
I'm the first printing of all of these. Oh well. Yeah. I'll call in saying that I was unsuccessful. Bollocks. Right, now I'm gonna roll divination. So help me if I get a nat. Yeah.
All right.
And great. Alright. Now, is anyone gonna go to Krieg? Because I'm not.
I'll do it tomorrow. It's like in-game tomorrow.
Right. Is anyone gonna go to Bajor?
You said you needed to shop, and I told you I would loan you the money, but other than that, I had no plans to see him myself.
Well, no, to give him the sending stone.
Oh shit, I forgot about that. Who has that?
I think I do. It's either me or Coat.
I don't have it.
Yeah, but Trick, for the scrying, they'll need at least 1,000 GP thing, a focus, such as a crystal ball or a silver mirror.
Well, I'll buy it.
I mean, I bet the Mage College could loan you one.
Well, I mean, it's consumed in the casting, so.
Are they gonna refuse us?
I mean, they could.
They,
Well,
I mean, folks have refused us to be in the past, so.
Oh, right.
Nyx just wants her to buy one at this point. She was just kind of like, just find me this, please.
Code goes out looking for a couple of roughly 500 GP valued diamonds.
All right.
I guess I'll give Bajor the sending plate. Oh, this. Oh. Oh. Please don't get me killed.
All right. Well, let's do first things first. Coat, first off, you find out that Emil isn't here in Shieldhome.
Okay. So
Around a couple of months.
I go find one of his nurses.
Well, they aren't here either.
Okay.
Basically, from what you found out, is that Selenia, after seeing that you guys weren't going to be back for a while, actually sent Emil to currently live with his grandfather as sort of just a brief summer vacation, like a winter vacation.
Right.
She's just like, basically from what you know, she was basically like, he'll be back there. He's on a very important thing right now, but break from studies at this point in time.
It's like, and then he never returned.
It-
My
it's
dad went out for
more-
a pack of
it's more-
cigarettes and never came home.
It's more if it's like if Coat doesn't return, or if if they return with news that Coat is dead, then at least she would have time to prepare for that eventuality.
Well, glad she's looking out. I appreciate that.
Well, she's looking after your son.
I'm saying she's looking out.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
It doesn't consume the mirror.
Well, it doesn't say that it does.
If
That's
it
true.
did, it would specifically say the item
Yeah.
is consumed.
Yes.
So
Yeah, it would.
Trick goes out to buy a crystal ball. 'Cause that's so cool.
It would be a good thing to have around, definitely.
Mm-hmm. Yep. All right. You easily find a crystal ball, especially a good one, and it is sold for about 1,000 gold. So, if you wish to buy it.
Yep, marking it off my sheet now. Trick doesn't even try to like bargain. She's like, nope. Nyx
All right. You now
helped
have a
me.
crystal ball.
You can't bargain with magic.
Yeah, and Nyx, meanwhile, is going to be waiting for Julian's next bout of lucidity. I mean, if they can't find anything, the only option she has to get an advantage on the scry is to make a drawing of his father, which is not going to go over well. I don't want to do that.
There's no other possible way we can get more information about him, like his name, his.
Well,
Well, Nyx can get his name pretty easily, but probably in Julian's next bout of lucidity.
I mean, I could give it a shot.
Give what a shot? Oh,
I mean, so far,
seeing-
reading people's minds hasn't been the best thing I've done, but it has produced results. Typically not good results.
Well, we can try. I don't like the idea. I don't. But if it's the only way, it's just he's in so much pain already.
It's not a painful process.
Well, but if he tries to fight it,
He won't. I hope. Oh, bloody hell, if that wall is magic proof, I'd have to walk in there. Well, no, if I do it when he's lucid. And have Coat pull me out of it with a chain, like a Jaws cage.
Dude,
hey, I hate to say it, but if Nyx can't go in there, no one is going in there.
I'm not gonna walk into that cage. I'm just saying, I'm not going anywhere near it.
I still lay the offer.
So yeah, after finding the Namilas at Grandpa's, I'll go find those diamonds.
All right. Make an investigation check.
Okay.
Because you've got to find diamonds worth at least 500 GP.
Right. I imagine Jeweler would just be able to point me in the direction, but here we go.
You think a jeweler has those on hand?
I think a jeweler would know where the fuck to find them.
You do find a jeweler, but currently they believe the wares are usually housed, especially the very expensive diamonds, have been requisitioned by the temple.
I go to the temple then.
Oh! They probably finished Vlad's amulets.
You can see as you approach the temple, you can see one of the clerics just sort of bow to you as you approach. Goes, "Ah, Brother Coates, are you here for any particular reason?"
Yes, I'm looking for a couple of reagents for some strong life preservation spells. particularly diamonds.
Yes, we've been gathering diamonds on our own since you and everyone disappeared. At Artax's request, we have been fairly successful. The mine's been very profitable these years, or these months.
Fantastic. Would it be possible for the temple to part with one that I could take with me on my travels should I need it?
Hmm.
I imagine we use
Yes,
them
I
for the same
believe.
things.
I believe that this is a adequate arrangement.
Okay. And Coat leaves a sizable donation into the church pan. Roughly, 500 gold.
He nods and smiles. Says, "Your generosity is noted and thankful, and we are thankful for it. May you go with the blessing of the goddess of arts."
The goddess of arts, he said?
Yes. Say her name.
Okay, alright, so Zach is not familiar with that pantheon. Is that a custom god, or is that...
No,
'cause,
that's. I think it was from 4E, but it's
I'm
the
familiar with
the
the
pantheon we've been using.
I'm sorry, what?
It's. I believe I used the right god. I'm probably wrong.
Okay. 'Cause I'm used to,
Yeah, no, I was wrong. That's the Coralon is the one that I was thinking.
Yeah, Coralon's is what I'm familiar with.
Yeah, I was wrong. But yeah, he says, "May the blessings of Coralon."
Well, thank you, sir. And then, Coat goes and actually, prays to Coralon.
All right.
I didn't have any specific prayer, so he just does it.
Yeah, I know. I was just like, okay. All right. So, pretty much the only thing you guys are doing right now is attending the scry, I imagine. Because that period of lucidity isn't really coming. There is a period of time where the wards are actually brought down for just a brief moment as several guards and clerics are basically there. And you can see a few of them sort of whisper healing spells as Julian has sort of worn himself out to just sort of a very sort of weird stupor that he's exhausted, but so he's not really fighting against them. But the guards are there just in case. Just nope, gotta hold them down.
So we're gonna go kill us a dragon, right? That's
And
the goal.
I assume none of them are letting Nyx in for any any period of time.
Well, they're just you can go near him, but it's just seriously, we're gonna be pulling everyone out the moment that he starts getting feisty again.
Well, she goes in anyway. She's gonna get as close as she can.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, he's just they heal him, and you can just see that there's just been he just looks like he's ragged and.
So he's freaking out over his dad, right? And his dad is the dragon?
Yeah, basically.
Okay, so we're gonna go kill us a dragon then.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Roxy.
Nyx is going to be killing her father-in-law. There we go.
I don't
All right,
quite
that's what I need.
understand how he's affecting Julian, but okay.
Dragons have weird things with other dragons,
Yeah, that
and it's not
and
universal.
Julian
Wizard
has
did it.
enough issues with his dad anyway that it would destabilize his psyche a bit just to hear that he was alive. So,
And you don't recall
Yeah.
him having any heirlooms? of his
nothing.
dad?
Jul-
This is gonna be a really difficult scry.
yeah, it is.
If I
Glad
was-
to have you helping.
Yeah.
If I was able to get there after seeing Bajor, I would try to probe his mind when the barrier was down.
Well, you'd
Assuming
be
Nyx
going
would
to
allow.
Bajur around the same time, so.
Okay, that's fine.
All right. And now, Arcanos, since I forgot that you were going there, you go to a small shop where Bajur shop used to be called Curious Curios.
I feel like I've heard that before. All right.
Oh, not
Do-
from my campaign. But, yeah. Inside the shop is, you just sort of walk in the door. You can see it's kind of a bare room, but you can see a drow woman is manning the counter. she's probably, as she just sort of like takes her legs off of the counter and stands up, she's probably about 6 feet tall. She looks fairly well muscled, but she also looks like she used to be some kind of model. She's got sort of very long, slightly curled hair that has been almost exquisitely sort of manufactured to get that like perfect toast look.
In Canada,
And she is kind of, how shall we say,
Well endowed.
well endowed. I was going to say busty, but
Frig, how you've changed.
and he disguised in shield home, but no, in our universe we'd say she's
turns
a
around and sticks
portrait
her butt
up
out at you
girl.
and goes, "Yes, scratch me."
But yeah, she just sort of like gets up and puts on a pleasant smile. It's just like, how can I assist you?
Good afternoon. I was a part of Lilting Disharmony, and I was instructed to return this to Krieg. It's for his future
Krieg?
endeavors.
Bajir,
Yeah,
Bajir,
that's
Bajir.
usually. Sorry, I'm afraid of Krieg, so I keep thinking it. Alright, so Bajor.
Take a deep breath.
Yeah, boss said that someone would be by at some point in time. He also said that the last 3 times he was in the shop, so no one's really been by. I mean, I get paid to read books, so sure. She takes the plate.
Well, if he's ever within contact, tell him Lilting Disharmony has returned.
I'll let him know.
Alright. Good afternoon. I head out.
Oh my god, she's acting like a temp.
You know what? This is the best interaction I've had within 30 feet of Bajor since this campaign started. I'm taking this as a victory.
Take it and run. Just run with it. Just go.
As I'm getting the hell out.
She looks at it and just sort of like sets it off to the side under the counter and just like sits down, cocks her legs up, and opens a book.
I don't blame her. No one has the money to buy stuff from this shop.
She's
Well,
just like, I don't know. Bajur pays me, so who cares?
Well, to be fair, we usually look for like crazy shit. Like, it's very rare that we actually go looking for like mundane, as it were, magical items. I walk up and I ask, what do they have in the name of like non-combat oriented magical items?
Yeah, Coach, you're here.
I'm fucking sneaky.
But
No, you aren't.
yeah, she just like looks up at you. It's just like, I mean, you're gonna have to be specific. We got a lot of shit around here.
Show me the shit that you can't use to kill someone with. Like, what kind of question is that? It's a very short list.
She shows you
It's a
self-cleaning
pretty
plates.
big list. You got rings, you got cloaks. I mean, I got a cloak with a mana ray back there somewhere.
Show me things that aren't typically worn. Show me like cups, mugs of plenty or something like that. The avenue, that vein.
Are we doing shopping? I want to do shopping.
Yeah, I'm there. Here, now you're here too.
Trick pops up.
I thought she was crying.
Well, Trick went out to buy the crystal ball. She's on
Yeah,
her
we
back,
aren't
and it's like,
scrying
hey,
yet.
for sure.
Once and Trick, I don't think Nyx ever gave Trick a location of where she was, so
It's like, I don't know. I got this thing, but let's go see Bashir. She's just like seeing more people. It's like, oh my gosh, I actually have something to do. She just like stands up. It's like, well, I mean, again, Bajir asked me to be very specific, especially if you guys were ever to come back.
Does he charge you a fee for taking an item out of the case? What the fuck? Like,
No, that's just how I wanted things done. He is a very specific person. Otherwise, he wouldn't have hired me.
he's so weird. Can I like just look around the shop? Like, can I do some?
You can,
self-service?
but
Isn't it
the
Baron?
shop is basically an empty store plus her at,
Oh, God
at the
damn it.
counter. It's no longer just like a booth. It's now like an actual, just sort of like building.
Ugh. I can't find normal people selling shit.
Do they have like any interesting items, like things that do?
Does she have a list? Like, can I just have a list of things to look at? Like,
What came in
She-
recently? What came in recently?
She thinks to herself, like, I mean, last time Bajur was here, he dropped off a knife, 3 rings, I think 20. Yeah, I remember that. 20 tacks.
Tax?
Tax. No, not tax. Caltrops? Yeah, that's what it was.
Oh.
Yeah, they're a pain. Trust me, don't ever, ever bump the box.
They bite.
Well, I mean, stepping on one doesn't exactly feel great.
If I didn't have 10 gold, I'd ask more.
And that is their primary function.
I'm aware. Intimately. But, yeah. I mean, let's see. A necklace, a couple of bracers,
What are the
that
bracers
suit
do?
of armor that I remembered seeing, gold plate, really nasty looking. That was sort of the latest things that he dropped off.
What do the bracers do? What are those?
She's like, all right, give me a moment. And walks into the back of the area.
Nope. Artax over the cufflink wants to know about the plate mail.
1 minute. 1 minute.
Sorry, that was meant
bracers
hypothetically.
of archery. Got a bracers of defense. Plate mail, you said, right? Where is that thing? Oh, hey, there's a ring of featherfall in here. Let's see. Sunblade, Staff of the Adder, Wand of Magic Missiles. Where is that damn thing? Giant fly. Why did we have a giant fly?
Oh, I know that thing.
Giant fly.
You know.
Dwarven plate mail, demon armor.
Oh, yeah.
Got a couple of cards here.
Cards?
Yeah, but he told me never to use those. Specifically, he wants them gone. But, let's see. Where is that plate mail?
I'm intrigued. What would Bajor find but not want to sell?
Well, you said you wanted them gone, right?
It's a little hula lady for a dashboard.
Oh my. Oh, that's interesting.
Any rods or nice rings?
She said rings, and she definitely said wands.
But I'm asking for rods
I mean,
or wands.
oh hey, there's an arrow of slaying in here.
Like dragon slaying?
No,
I don't know what it's tuned to yet, but I mean, I know the
It's an
design.
arrow of something killing.
If it's dragon
There
slaying.
it is the specific one he came up with yesterday, or not yesterday, a couple of days ago, was the armor of necrotic resistance.
Vlad wants the dwarven plate and the deck, whatever the deck of cards things was.
I mean, you sure?
Where are we to question a man of God?
Yeah, Vlad goes, I'm almost home, don't you dare bass up that goddamn dwarven plate, I'll pay you back. Hang on, let me see if I have access to his character sheet and I'll just see what he's got. I do not.
Well, let's put it like this. Artax hasn't spent money on shite.
This is true.
I mean, yeah, sure, I can toss in that. Let me read the little tag here on these cards. Oh, here's the rest of them. Back in the deck. It is... Damn it, Bajur, why is your handwriting garbage?
Coke cast comprehend languages on her.
Yeah, well, I can comprehend the language. It's a matter of comprehending the chicken scratch.
I mean, I could identify if you would allow me to. That would save the time.
It is a deck of illusions.
Ah,
Interesting.
Interesting.
He no longer wants the cards.
yeah. We are still interested in that dwarven plate.
He does still want the Dwarven plate, and he said he will fight anyone who gets in his way.
I feel like he feels safer texting all of this because he would never say it like that in person. He'd be like, well, if no one wants it.
Here's
It's canon.
got an axe. That was what, like a month or two ago. She tosses it out. It just like embeds itself into the wood. You can see it just looks like this big, like on the back of it, it looks like this big like dragon head with a maw with like teeth going down the blade.
Oh, that's awesome. That's so.
So it
fucking
may be
metal.
like a dragon killing axe.
Let me look
It's
at the
very,
little
it's very
tag.
intricately detailed.
It is dragon slaying battle axe.
Oh.
Let's see.
Yep. No.
Gauntlets of Overpower.
Do you have any
Wait,
tombs?
Whoa, wait. Repeat that.
It's Gauntlets of Ogre Power.
Oh.
Giant Slayer Sword. Who the
I have
hell
that.
wants a Giant Slayer Sword?
Who the hell wants to fight giants?
Well, I mean, good point. Ah, there's something interesting. Gem of Seeing. Man, I remember my first one of these.
Oh, Gem of Seeing, really? How much are you looking for the Gem of Seeing?
Let's see what it says here. 35,000 gold.
Jesus Christ! Yeah, I figured.
What does the Gem of Seeing do? Just so I know.
Grants you true sight. On charge
Base-
base, I think it is.
But yeah, it's got 3 charges of True Sight, which basically means that
You can't be fooled.
you basically see through any illusions. You see everything as if it was unaffected by.
The only thing that blocks your sight is a physical object.
Yeah.
Got any tombs? Any books?
Any tomes?
Tomes. That's what.
Vlad!
I'm back.
Did you say tombs?
Yeah.
She did.
because I can't.
I mean, I got.
Any graves?
Poor Bree.
I got.
We get that Yu-Gi-Oh
let's
card.
see. Got a manual of golems here. That's interesting.
Oh. What caliber?
Pops up behind the counter.
They're fingernail golems. Not very powerful. Really gross. Take a while to make.
That's gross.
Looks like I got 2. One for iron and one for stone. Oh, interesting.
Kitty.
Let's see Manual
someone else
bodily
take the,
health. How interesting. I should
Real
read
quick,
that sometime.
Did
Whoa,
someone take?
what was that one? What was that one?
Manual bodily health.
Isn't that just free HP? Isn't that a free con?
Give me a sec. I think that's +2 con permanently.
+2 con with no limit.
Hey, real quick, did I give that that belt of hill giant strength to somebody?
I got
Yeah,
I
you
think.
gave it to Nyx actually.
No, I
okay.
got it. You got the ogre gauntlets.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure. I want to know what I'm bartering with.
Okay.
Oh, well, that's something that I'm sure he's going to want to keep. Ring of
And what-
Jinn Summing.
What is it again?
Oh, no, do not want.
That's expensive.
And dangerous.
Meh.
I lived under a rock, and even I know these things are
I've
dangerous.
seen a few of these back in the dark. Ring of X-ray vision.
Coat, don't even think of it.
No, the robe of
think
the
of what?
Archmagi.
Wait,
Oh!
what?
Boy.
Okay,
much is
that would put me or Bree up like 3 levels of deadly.
How much?
Very expensive.
Yeah, no, that's a major wondrous item. That's no.
That's a legendary artifact.
She
How much-
looks at the price tag and says, it says, "Do not sell without me. If sold, I will take any limbs that you still have."
Oh,
I'm surprised he's not wearing it.
Well,
What about-
odds are good he's not looking for just money on that one. That's like you become an indentured servant for that one.
What about any books that would make me more charming?
Do
Give
you
me a
need that?
moment. Bunch of spell scrolls.
Ooh,
Hmm,
I'm interested in
Yeah,
those.
half a bottle of sovereign glue. I think we've been using that though.
Hey,
You need 3 bind books.
how much? Okay, you know what? I'll wait for the list to finish, then I'll ask for what I was gonna ask.
There's that staff of the adder again.
Steph the Adder, yeah. I just had a thought of buying the
Sword of
sovereign glue.
sharpness.
Sword of sharpness. It's just pretty sharp.
No,
No, it's like Vorpal.
Yeah, it's really good. I think
I know. It just sounds ridiculous.
it does. I know. I agree.
It's like the boots of partial levitation that just levitate 1 foot at a time.
How is that even possible?
What?
Hmm.
Oh, by Ioun's light, you could at least say what it is.
I'm looking here.
Keep
You have
your
us
britches
captivated.
on.
It's a freaking. It's a hammer of life stealing. I didn't know that could even happen.
Oh wow.
You bash them so hard, you take their life. Let's go.
Yeah.
Wait, but-
That's
What
pretty
does
good
that
on a
mean?
paladin, to be quite honest.
I'm looking.
It's like,
No, it's not.
Here's tomes.
Fuck that. No.
This is just like
Tome
one hit point.
of
No.
clear thought.
What does that do?
Tome of leadership and influence.
I want that
Oh.
one. I want that one.
Jesus.
that's the one that
these are good.
raises,
What's the?
Ah,
what's
there's the
some of
universal solvent, which we've also been using.
Who have you been gluing to the floor? Like what the?
I mean, have you ever had to work with Grig? Trust me, you want to glue him to the floor every now and then.
That's entirely fair.
Does Grig still
And
work?
Yeah, but is Grig out with Bajor, or
I think so.
he's just floating around here being a pain in the ass?
Well,
Sounds
now
like
that
it.
I take over, Grig is thankfully back to sleeping on Bajor's little wagon.
Ah,
Okay.
Tome of Understanding. How interesting.
Of Understanding?
Here.
of understanding
there's a
what?
lot.
That's
they're
wisdom.
about.
Wisdom.
Oh.
Yeah. It's,
And what was the last thing? There was something interesting.
physical notebook
Find
for
it.
physical prowess.
Oh, there's that staff of power again.
Yeah.
Power. Jesus.
I don't have nearly enough money.
No, I don't think all of us have nearly enough money for the
No, we
crazy shit.
Okay,
Yeah.
let's just ask. How much is the staff of power?
Let's see.
Do not so without me.
Please don't say my name. Please
Let's
don't say my
see.
name. Please don't say my name.
It's about 35,000 gold.
I'm good.
I think that came down in price. Actually, I'll be honest with you.
No, that was the other one was a different staff. I think.
Oh,
I could
okay.
be wrong. I don't know.
You probably
Uh,
not.
Okay. How much? How much are the dwarven plate and the manual of bodily health separately? And how much can I get for buying in bulk?
Well, I mean, that's not going to help you.
Damn it. Okay, how much are they?
Let's see. The dwarven plate. That's about. Give me a moment. Let me look in my book here.
Tippity tap.
Dwarven. There it is. That's actually not as expensive as I figured it would be. About 15,000 gold.
Okay, and the manual?
Manual is going to be more expensive. Books can't be reused.
I understand. Not in my lifetime, but I understand. Yeah.
Well,
I mean, they could.
that's true. If you do use it, Bajor has a policy here. When you're done using it, you give it back.
Well, wouldn't
He'll
that
at
make
least-
it a little cheaper then? Because I'm not keeping it.
No,
It's
because
on
then
loan.
you can't sell it for another century.
All right, that's fair. You know what? That's fair.
Yeah, but if he just scavenged it, then it's just 100% profit every 100 years. That's
True. That's also
dividend.
fair.
That's dividends paying dividends right there.
Mhm.
That's what I was about to say. Like, if me or Nix bought those would last us a long time.
It is a wondrous item, so I believe that adds another bit to it. So I'd say about 20,000.
Okay, yeah.
35 for the log.
Yeah, I am down 7,000 from that total.
I give you my 17.
Is it yours or Ledger's?
No. It's 17 whole gold pieces.
Okay.
I
Wow.
literally hit
Tony.
rock bottom with that.
Don't worry about it. Well, I don't got the money for that other one. I would very much like to purchase the dwarven plate, however.
All right, she goes back to the back again, and comes back and just sort of like puts a small little bag in front of you and says, "This is something that Bajor developed a little. It's a temporary bag of holding.
Interesting.
Temporary bag of holding?
Yeah, as soon as the item is removed from the bag, it becomes a bag again."
It's a loot
oddly
drop.
useful.
Artax's mind races with the possibilities if he wasn't a lawful good paladin, takes the bag and opens it.
And immediately after you open it, it just like spits out the armor at you. It's like just like vomits the armor out at you.
It actually makes the noises too. It goes.
It has a tongue and everything for some reason.
Right.
It's like, and then it burps, and then the color changes back to like a regular brown.
It like burps the helmet out, and it's just like, and done.
Then it lights a cigarette and takes a break.
And I'm spent.
It looks like the size. It looks like a dwarven size, right? And I'm just like, ah, shit. Did I just buy something I can't wear?
That's how they get you.
But no, it seems like it's going to be
No,
able to fit to you.
It's magic item, man. Those shouldn't.
No, I
things
know, I
shouldn't
know.
you.
I had to double check before I buy it, and I'm like, please don't be attunement to dwarves. Please don't be attunement to dwarves. Alright.
But hey, man, that's +2 plate mail. That's sexy.
That's exactly what I
And he
wanted.
can't be moved.
Hey, anyone want adamantine plate? Because I got that left over now.
Try bartering it off for something else. It's-
Ledger, don't you need adamantine?
She's got Krieg armor.
Oh. Wait, since when?
No, she doesn't have Krieg
Also,
armor.
that was her wedding gift, wasn't it?
That was her shield.
It was a shield, and
I
it
thought
wasn't.
it- I thought it was the whole
specifically
thing.
Krieg. It was.
I don't know. Is she here?
No,
to confirm?
no, she's AFK. But it was an adaptive shield.
Oh, the armor doesn't require attunement either. Fuck yeah.
Oh.
How much is the book?
I think
It's
they
about
were
the same as the other one, so about 20,000 gold pieces.
I'll take
She shrugs her
it.
shoulders.
The
says,
tome of leadership.
I know what one you're after. So, yeah.
Wait,
Remember, when you're done reading this book, it takes you a full 48 hours. So, spread that out a little bit. Otherwise, you're going to be real tired. And, give it back when you're done.
what's your save right now, Bree? What's trick save?
19.
No, it's 20 now.
This would put me up to 20.
God.
More interested.
That's
What's your to hit
ridiculous.
modifier?
It's disgusting.
It would make it a 10. No, a 12.
20 save throw is disgusting.
So,
Anyway,
yes, I will borrow that book for $20,000. Or gold.
There's nothing in there now, sweetie.
the book's empty.
It's actually just a legitimate book.
Well, I mean, it is a book.
It
You
just
gotta read it.
It's just written on in crayon, a book of leadership and the.
Hold on. This isn't how to influence people.
What?
Never mind.
So Sean, I assume you'll tell me when I've reached the end of the 48 hours since...
Well, basically, it takes you 6 days.
Okay, but I don't always know when in-game days are over, so
Don't worry.
That'll probably be down.
I'll keep an eye on it, but you
Okay.
basically have to spend 6 days reading that book.
And Trick will do that. Well, it says 48 hours over 6 days or less.
Yes.
Yeah, but it's basically you can either spend your entire. It's basically you say as your activity for the day, like I'm gonna read this book
Okay.
because
yep.
it takes because you can either do it for however much longer or you can do it for 8 hours.
And remember, you're going to be scrying with Nyx at least some of the time.
So
Yep,
it's just like, yeah.
I look forward to when I'm done reading.
So, adamantine plate. Anyone? Oh,
Maybe recoup some of your loss with Bajur.
yeah. I look over at the worker.
Did
I
we ever
don't
get her
remember.
name?
Dude,
I don't
yeah,
remember her
think we got
description.
name. We didn't get her
Yeah.
name.
You
Oh,
never
she was-
asked.
I remember. She was the drow lady. Yeah.
We should probably be polite and ask what her name is, but now it's in that weird awkward phase where it's like,
We've
Oh,
already
sh-
bought stuff, but
yeah, we forgot our manners, so it's like, oh no, what do we do?
if we say it now, we'll look like assholes. But if we don't say anything, we'll look like assholes.
Too late.
No. We do the semi-awkward thing where, as Coat leaves, he wants to know her full name so he can address her like that avant-garde type way that bards do.
Oh, yeah, no, that's brilliant. Nice, good save, good save.
I'm just gonna ask Sean. If I have the 2 adamantine plates, can I make armor that'll fit me out of them, or is it just what you said and I can't work with adamantine?
You can't really do that.
Yeah.
Doesn't it fit to you? Isn't it a magic item technically?
It's not apparently. It's
No.
mundane.
It's not. It's mundane.
Oh, okay.
So we have 2 sets of those.
Oh wait, we have 2 sets.
Yeah, I have coats.
Here I am.
Did you want adamantine armor?
How would that work with my pop-out shield?
Not sure.
It doesn't interfere.
I don't know.
Does it?
Well,
Sean?
my point is like the sleeve of that armor was made to be a pop-out shield.
Oh, then we might
Yeah.
just have to get your stuff enchanted at some point.
Or just bring them both to Krieg. Have him move it.
It's possible.
Have him make
I
a
mean,
pocket out of that armor.
but
It
if
would
we
be
have
fun.
2 of them.
Well, no, the one Coat gave me was half plate.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm better in half plate because I get +1 AC.
Oh, there you go.
Well, adamantine is the metal it's made from, or there's an anti-crit enchantment?
It's
It's
the
the
No.
metal.
Metal.
It's the metal.
It's tempting, but if you need it for trade, go for it. I don't want to hold you back from getting the stuff you need.
Well, I mean, like the manual's not that important. It'd be nice, but it's not like. huge.
I leave it to you. Ledger's not there to ask. It would be your call anyway.
Hold on. I'll give you the other half plate, and I still
Aren't you
have your
wearing it?
blood. No, I can't.
No,
Oh
you
yeah,
can't.
duh.
Not
You
Not-
just told
not
me that,
magic.
Yeah. What'd you say?
And I'll
Sorry?
give you that bloody shield I still have from you,
Wait, what shield?
the cursed one.
Oh. I don't think you wanted to take it last time, but we'll see. All right. I look over to her and say, "How much would these 2 pieces of defense wear get me?"
They enchanted?
Yes. Well, this one's not, but it is adamantine.
They're both
What's the other
adamantine.
one?
I'm just gonna be straight.
They're all adamantine.
It has the most wondrous of enchantments.
It's okay. It is very good in the right scenarios. Okay. You ever been bombarded by arrows, huh? And I wait for her response.
She just,
Oh, the
sort of-
shield.
she just sort of like gives you a look and is like, oh, I know what you're selling now.
Yeah.
Vlad's got his like elbow on the table and like a hand on his hip and he's just like
Oh,
leaning over,
my.
winking at her.
If it's not enchanted, Bajur doesn't want it.
All right.
I
I
mean,
get it
it's-
half plate back.
It's technically enchanted.
Well, no,
Well,
the shield still
no.
counts then.
The shield does, yeah. Look, all I'm saying is it's a little difficult to get off, but it's not that expensive. It's like the 3rd sphere of magic or something like that. So how much would this get me?
Nothing.
Damn
I
it.
know that thing's cursed.
Yeah.
So did we, but you just sold it to us.
No, I found it off some like shady dude in Crossway.
Yeah.
They did specifically warn you it was cursed,
yeah,
but you were
they
like,
were like, it's cursed. I was like, I know. Okay, I can handle this.
Whatever.
and then you realized it was not the shield that you thought it would be.
What? I mean, it's not a
No,
bad
it was.
shield.
It just
Yeah.
screwed me up.
Yeah, it just screwed him over, but it's not a bad shield, I don't think.
Resistance
It also
to
got
range.
rocks thrown at me a lot. Fucking
Yep.
assholes. Alright, well. I give the shield back to Nos and I say, don't attune to it, then I walk away.
Coat kind of unscrews his ring a little bit and goes, "How much does the ring of shooting stars carry in this area?"
You motherfucker.
That's an interesting notion. Have you used any of it yet?
The charges restore.
All right. Interesting.
Wait, you don't want it anymore?
I'm seeing what else is on the table that I can get.
Alright, I was about to say, like, there's several other people here who would love that.
It is neat, but
It is neat. It's very good. Like,
I'll give you some credit for that.
go on.
Well, what specifically are you looking to buy?
I would like to know what other magic rings you have in stock currently.
She
Oh,
just
no.
rolls her eyes.
Oh, Coat lays it on thick, and it's like, oh, come on, beautiful lady, like, just come on, like, seriously. This is
That's
your
really
job.
your line?
You can get back to your book here in a little bit.
It's not getting back to my book that's the issue. It's the fact that I have to go back and wade through the garbage again.
Maybe she
All
should
right.
spend a day shift on inventory instead of reading.
No, it's.
Oh!
I would say no. It's probably
Coat-
what
Coat-
better the
Coat-
hell
Coat
Bajor
cracks a
did.
smile and then chuckles to himself and says nothing. Because I imagine that was over the earring.
If anybody has leaned on their earring enough for me to hear this, probably.
Oh dear. Let's see. Water walking. Just the guy throws things. Ring of 3 wishes, but all the wishes are used, so that's worthless. Thanks, Bajor. Just like hurls it out, and you just see like a little piece of metal like ding off the counter.
Man, I
Um,
wish I could find this damn ring. Poof! Damn it!
Son of a bitch. Let's see. Ring of Resistance. What color is that? That is a sapphire. All right. Ring of the Ram.
Does she just have the fucking DMG?
It's basically Bajor's Bajor's inventory list. And it probably reads very similar to a DMG. Yeah.
Opens the DMG. Like, find the magic items section.
I mean, that seems to be it. Apparently, there's something else here, but it's not one of those. I'll, feed you your hands if you sell this without me items.
Well, it doesn't say you can't tell me what it is though.
I mean,
A ring of spell turning.
I think quite a few of us are okay with selling your hands for them, but I didn't say that. I'm already gone.
You're a paladin.
I know, I'm already gone.
No, I thought you said that to Coat.
I'm just saying. Oh no, I didn't. But, I'm not there. So
Screw you. She's actually nice.
I'm just being a dick.
Okay, well, what do you have in the manner of necklaces then?
There are actually very few necklaces. Do you still have that pure up to vitality?
Oh. Wait, no, that's not good on you. This is one that sets your con to 19. Right?
I have no idea what that does.
No, I think
It's
that's
pure up to
health.
health. My apologies.
Oh, health. No.
Basically, it makes you immune to disease.
Gotcha.
Here's an interesting one. Pure up to wound closure.
Oh, that's what Nyx has.
Oh, what?
Perioptive wound closure.
I don't know what that first word is.
It's basically a
A
necklace.
It's a necklace, yeah.
It's basically what I've referred to as Nyx's safety net. It's very, very difficult to actually kill her.
When you on your turn, if you're down, it automatically stabilizes you, so you don't have to make death saves.
Oh, that's kind of interesting.
Well,
Oh,
you do.
Also hit dice double your regain. Like you get double regen from hit dice or something like that.
You stabilize at the start of your turn when you're dying, so
Yeah.
theoretically you could still be killed between then.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
could. Yeah. But...
Yeah.
You don't
They
worry
just
about
go
bleeding
after
out.
you.
Did she happen to mention one of those books that happened to increase strength?
No.
Exactly how strong do you need to be?
strong enough.
Maybe it's
Coat,
Maybelline.
strongest there is.
God, God damn it! Did anybody else see the? Patrick Rothfuss linked a review to his second book that was written by the Hulk, and Hulk
dude.
hates Quoth. It's fucking hilarious.
Is it that stupid? There was a website that there was a website that like had like I don't know a guy who wrote as the Hulk for their articles.
I don't think it was that. This was like I don't know, but this I don't think I'm pretty sure it's not that, but it was an entire book review written as the Hulk.
Because
And
I
the
mean
Hulk
I fucking hate
was-
that so much.
This was really funny, like really funny.
Yeah. Anyway,
Fucking in all capital letters.
yeah,
Um,
that's what those articles were too.
Okay. Well, yeah. Coat screws his ring back on. Then it's like, well, I guess I'm not gonna find much in the manner of what I'm attempting to find. Yeah.
I would love that Rod of Power, but I have no money.
How much is the Rod of Power?
Or not Rod of Staff.
35K. It was 35K.
That I don't actually have, sorry.
Yeah, and we don't have access to the treasury anymore, so... Granted, I guess that does mean we can drain the party bank.
Well, maybe. What kind of rare materials do you happen to have on hand?
Quite a bit of them. But you might want to talk to Krieg. He seems a little distracted.
Distracted.
Came by looking for rare materials, but he seemed like something was on his mind.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Well, if nothing else, we can probably go over there.
Yeah. Fuck it. Let's go.
Alright, who's gonna go see Krieg then?
Coat does.
I go 20 feet behind him.
Eventually you find your way to Krieg's area, which is still just like a weird like little hatch in the ground. Open it, climb down the ladder, and you can see that the little forge is pretty up and running.
The little what?
The forge inside.
Okay. Gotcha.
He's not really working at it right now, but you can see a bunch of his little sparks are sort of making bars of metal. He looks at you as you approach, goes, I had a feeling people would be returning soon. Not sure why. That alone is bothersome, but I've been rather bored since you left. Not often that you find people who are actually willing to appreciate talent, so to speak.
Well, I can tell you we'd be dead several times over without your particular talent, sir.
Quite.
Well, it's good to be appreciated then.
The lady at Bajir's shop said you were in there the other day looking for rare materials and that you seemed kind of flustered. What's going on?
I don't know. Something feels off. Don't know. Just a feeling I've had.
Maybe like the feeling that his father or grandfather wants him home. Sorry, I'm not there, but I'm betting dollars to donuts that's what it is.
Yet. That's right, I forgot.
Yep, that's
Nobody
why
told me
I'm
about that.
here, but I am not saying it.
I kind of casually pass that on to him, and then pray I don't get manhandled.
What do you mean you casually pass that on to him?
I pass on that information that was it the Iron Wolf wanted him to go visit.
He stops what he's doing. He just like stops, stock still, and then looks at you and goes, "What?"
Yeah, we went up to the Runelands, where the Winterborn were, and we were invited to go see the Iron Wolf. And he mentioned that he would like you to visit at some point.
I
believe that was-
relatively soon.
That was a very diplomatical way of saying, get your ass up here right now, young man.
I mean, Krieg would probably squish the messenger if the message were that shitty, so I get it.
Also, Coda's fairly fucking diplomatic. I got this. It's alright. As he picks me up and throws me into the forge.
That's why I'm behind you.
Well, it has been a long time since I've seen him. I guess it wouldn't hurt. He nods for a moment and says, well, at least it allows me to test my newest idea.
Oh,
Could that have been what was bothering you?
No, because I'm fairly certain it'll work.
what
let's
price
just
value-
say-
I meant the visit with Pop. That's what I meant.
It certainly has the same feeling of dread, but we'll see. In any case, he pulls out something that looks like a railroad spike. Only unlike the ones that you've seen from Alma. This one, it sort of crackles with fire, and it looks sort of like the metal bar that you initially gave.
Oh.
Think of this as something of a concentrated bit of my power.
Okay.
I got the same idea from Amon.
Oh.
So, what are we gonna do with that?
This, and he gets up and moves down to a small little section and drops the little nail in a hole before stomping on it. And he sees this little area light up with a large runic circle. And he smiles and says, excellent. Now I can start moving around again.
Moving around again? Were you having issues?
No,
Oh,
but now I can leave the city.
very clever.
It's our new shield anchor.
Oh. Well, that's neat.
That's good.
That's what the Iron Wolf was
Well,
referring
I've
to.
been sick and tired of being cooped up in here. I'd like to move around every now and then.
I mean, that makes sense.
Very stellar.
Do we have anything else to talk to him about? Oh, the vague feeling of unease. Is there anything like can you point us in a direction? Like, are you sensing someone's energy? Is it over 9,000?
I don't know. I haven't spoken to the Iron Wolf since before everything went to hell. So we'll see. It'll be nice to show him how well things have improved. Before I was not nearly as powerful as now.
Do you happen to have any more feelings about the Krieg shards? Maybe we can help juice you up a little bit before you head out.
No. Still where they have been. There's still one in that mountain.
Oh, we need to go there anyway.
Yeah, we're gonna
We
have to
can
lead an
grab that.
expedition.
Good. Since the dragon's not there, maybe you'll be able to find it.
Inshallah. Insha Koralan. I mean, I don't have anything else. Matt, do you got anything?
Nope, Bupkis. I mean, unless we want to tell him the Winterborn are coming.
Yeah, you can tell him the Winterborn are coming.
I'm halfway up the ladder.
So
Shouting down
you
from
can tell him,
the
and it's just like he's already up there. I can't hear you!
I just whispered in his ear, then I cast Levitate and fly up silently.
Nope. Get the hell out of here.
So Coat says, is the Iron Wolf like his dad or his grandpa or something?
I believe he said
What's the-
grandfather.
What was the
Yeah, I
familiar
think it was
lineage there?
grandfather.
I said,
And
so,
honestly, even if not, it would be just as amusing.
okay, so your grandpa, by the way, sent a contingent
My
of
grandpa, what
Winterborn.
big eyes you have.
Oh God, that fits so well.
Damn.
I say he sent a contingent of Winterborn to Shieldhome on an expedition.
That seems to darken his mood a little bit. He's like, really? He's sending his pets here?
Yeah, he was under the notion that they were preparing the Winterborn for some major war against the Sovereigns, and we had convinced him that between the Moonbreaker and the fact that the Harbingers are speeding that up, he doesn't really want that to he doesn't want that timetable moved up right now. He'd rather have his time to it. So he sent the contingent of Winterborn out back with us to help bolster our fight in that regard.
Whatever. I guess that's going to be something you'll have to deal with.
Yeah, I'm not looking forward to that. One of them fist fought a bear for fun.
That
was a big
surprising
bear.
them all.
It was a really big bear too. Get out of there. Get.
It's a dire bear. It's like normal bears, but dire.
Well, now it's a tapestry, so.
It's a coat. So I say, if you don't have anything further from us, we're probably gonna go plan that a couple outings and take care of business, and we'll see you back hopefully with another fragment.
Good. In the meantime, I'll head my way north. See if I can't find my way through the ley lines again. It's always been a fun trip.
Pardon, you travel through ley lines?
Sometimes. Something that the divine can do.
I should make him pick up Rickard on his way back and just be like, just scoop him up wherever he is and drag his ass here.
No, there's a piece of Krieg there. We need it.
No, not there. I'm talking about wherever Rickard Volin went.
No.
Because that was going to be my
kinda-
next side quest, but we've been gone for a fucking season.
I give him the old two-finger salute nod, and I head on out.
He nods and simply sits back down on his little throne and
Look at his wee little throne.
anyway. So yes. And I'm assuming now should be the time for scrying.
Yes, let's get our scry
Yep.
on.
Let's get our scry on.
Let's try this.
Yes, Scry, yes.
This is kind of a Hail Mary at this point. Okay, so it's going to be Trick and Nyx doing scrying, and they're going to be at a disadvantage because they don't have.
Technically, the person who you are trying to scry upon has to make a saving throw.
Yes, but the thing is, they have to make a saving throw, but they have +5 to their save modifier.
Oh, and it's a
Because-
dragon.
Because the thing is, the only thing we have is secondhand knowledge at this point.
Yep.
Oh, and which save is it?
Wisdom.
Okay, wisdom saving throw. So they're the ones that have to make the throw, not us. And they have to get what? Is
Well,
it?
It's
I
what's
think
your
it's
current save?
I think my current save is 16. I don't know if that changed with the leveling, did it?
Were you the one scrying, or was it Trick?
Well, I
Well,
don't
it's-
have the scrying ritual.
Oh,
so
okay.
I can't.
Yeah, so it has to be Nyx. But
Next
trickery.
level, I think I could scry, but not this time.
But what would trickery helping get?
Yeah, like would it
I'm just trying to
raise
figure.
the DC or give her advantage or something like that?
The dragon has to make the save, so
Yeah,
maybe
yeah.
give the target disadvantage, maybe.
Yeah.
Kind of hard
Yeah,
to
that's
wiggle
what
that.
I meant.
Yeah, I don't know how that would affect scrying.
It's just a DM's call at that point. There's
Okay,
no hard
so-
rule on that.
So Nyx is going to be looking into the crystal ball, thinking about everything that she knows about Julian's father, which granted isn't all that much, but should at least help her find him.
All right.
And I believe it's a 16 saving throw. I don't know if it changed with the level.
Not unless you. Well, no, it wouldn't have changed.
Okay, so it's still 16.
Do dragons have true sight, or is it like only certain dragons have that ability?
depends on their
Historically,
age and strength.
most elder dragons do.
Okay, because I think it would be able to see that we're spying on it.
It doesn't. That's not how true sight works.
Yeah, but true sight, you'd be able to see invisible things, right?
Scry doesn't create
yeah.
an invisible sensor, I don't think.
Scries, if you have true sight or can see those things, I think the spell said appear as a little floating orb.
Yeah, yeah, that's what I'm
So
saying.
like they'll see a little glowing cottonweed and know that someone's doing something.
Yeah, then yeah, that's a thing. But a dragon would have to know that's happening and then cast that spell.
What is this against?
Wisdom?
Okay. Briefly look up scrying again.
I mean, I guess wisdom really isn't like the biggest thing dragons have.
Especially evil dragons.
I mean, we don't know the man. We can't judge.
It's a blue dragon.
On a failed save, the spell creates an invisible sensor within 10 feet. You can see or hear through the sensor as if you were there.
Oh, yep, sensor. Damn.
Sensor moves with the target, remaining within 10 feet for the duration. Creature can see invisible objects, sees the sensor as a luminous orb, about the size of a fist. Instead of targeting a creature, you can choose a location you have seen before, but I'm doing creature, so...
Oh, you could have just scryed on Shieldhome.
She didn't have the crystal ball before they came
You're
back.
right. You's right.
Oh my.
Uh-oh.
Gotta do some addition. I didn't actually think I'd have to do addition, but I actually have to do addition to see if this is a failure or not.
Oh.
It's gonna be close.
What's happening?
It means Sean
You
rolled
rolled a
low and he's
grand
not-
total of 12.
Nice.
Oh.
Did it.
Eventually, you see through the crystal ball a small speck begin to open up before you hear the words. And you hear a loud, monstrous voice shouting, "I don't care where your master is now. I am now the largest within this whole region."
Fuck.
And you can hear another voice say, "There's more than enough here to bring you down, you fake. You are no real master here. My master will return one day, and he will likely obliterate. So why don't you wait your turn?" You can just hear the beating of wings before the picture fades in. And you can see a massive blue dragon just sort of glaring down at Golvaris' Death Knight.
I now have an idea.
Dun dun dun.
Well, we know where we're going next.
I now have a really good idea.
Quick question: is the Death Knight the guy we fought on the wall that escaped?
The invincible
Yep.
one.
Yes.
Okay.
And the one Ledger was talking about recruiting.
Yeah, because he was just sitting in the empty mountain. Except now the mountain is empty.
Well, now we have something to bond over. Hatred of a blue dragon.
I was about
You
to
just-
say,
See the dragon just step around him for a moment. Just like, "I don't need you, you it. I don't require any of your little playthings. All I need is the Horde and what's inside. I can break you. Make you tell me. I can... What is that?
Oops.
Fuck.
You can see that the Death Knight takes the moment and simply draws the large sword. You can see that it's broken, but you can see like it looks like lava is just like coming out of the broken blade. And he says, I don't care about your paranoia. You are not supposed to be here. Just because the hegemony threw you out doesn't mean that you belong here now. Get out of my sight, or I will make sure the ballista find your hearts. The blue turns and glares at him for a moment, or leaning in, just like, you regret speaking to me in such a manner. I will come back, and I will end you. Tough words. Tough words from someone who's been hiding for a decade. You were so scared of my master then. How will you fear when he returns? And the blue just sort of glares more, snaps like threateningly before taking off.
All right then.
Well, he seems just peachy.
So we have several goals that align in that mountain.
We need that piece of Krieg. There's a whole buttload of treasure still in there. There's an
One of them
army and a general, and we get to kill a blue dragon.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm saying,
he left, so we can go to the mountain first and then track down and kill that dragon.
Right. So I vote.
But now that Nyx has
I
seen
vote we
him,
round up and do this sooner rather than later.
she should be. Yeah.
Did
we
you just
should.
cut out, Nyx?
Um.
Maybe that was my headset.
I don't know. Maybe my finger moved off the button. But basically, since he flew off, he's not there at the moment. But
But he wants
as
it.
a player, I say go to the mountain first because that's where he was seen, and he may head back there. But now that Nyx has seen him, she should be able to scry him again with an advantage. Well, I mean, like a
First-hand knowledge.
give him a disadvantage.
You mean with the next scrying?
Yeah.
Does seeing him is that considered meeting him? Is this
Not really
now
considered
first-hand knowledge?
It's not considered meeting him.
No. But I have his likeness now. She knows what he looks like. So that's So that's -2 to his save.
Well, it's technically now just a +3.
Yeah, but still, I mean, it's a better chance than we had this time around.
This is true.
Mm-hmm.
But I think we should just go to this mountain first and settle that crap, and then, because there's a bunch of treasure there. There's an army there with a dude that we can recruit and a piece of Krieg,
We could
and then
probably.
clues to this dragon asshole we're gonna murder.
It would be very auspicious if we then, say, sent him a message saying we're of a common like.
Well,
He
Kind
knows
of.
what we're capable of against dragons.
I mean, or we could just show up there out of the blue and surprise him.
That would probably piss him off.
Eh.
Okay, it might put him in a certain state where we might have to kill him.
I'm pretty sure we could take him still.
Oh, no, I do not doubt that, but we could use him. You don't understand. We want the Adeno. We don't want to kill the Adeno for the XP.
Okay, so what are we doing?
Like, do we just round up a party and just start heading out?
Artex needs to
Well-
make 2 stops that I couldn't make while I wasn't here.
they're going to at least rest up for
the night, probably.
Well, yeah, but how far away is Golvaris' mountain from here?
It's like a couple of days.
It's not that far.
Well, we could-
What time
we
of day is it right now?
We could also
Probably
teleport
early
over,
afternoon.
Early afternoon? Oh, okay.
We don't
Yeah.
know any
We can just
sigils near
teleport.
it.
We did before, around it.
Yeah, we went to Morden.
Yeah, but we were around the mountain originally. We had to like actually go to Morden. Remember?
You guys also did teleport near the mountain anyway.
Yeah.
The first time we were.
We did. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Oh.
Okay. Can I make 2 stops?
All
I need
right.
to go to the temple first, and then I need to go back to Buzzers second.
Just put on a mustache and it's actually a completely different person.
All
No,
right.
just-
You go to the temples.
Find anyone. Who I
Well,
recognize
one of the
or-
clerics approaches you and gives you a small bow and it's just like, "It has been a while, Master Artax. How have you been?"
Good, good. Yes, it has. Unexpected, lengthy trip. Good. How have things been here? Seems good.
Well, we've been doing well.
Good to hear. Any progress made on the request I had?
Of course. We finished, I believe, last month.
Good, good to hear. Any other news around here?
Not in this area. There's been plenty of news going around, but
Yeah,
I'm sure you've heard of most of it.
Mm-hmm. I have. All right. Well, if I could, I would love to pick up those necklaces or medallions, and yes,
He nods and hands them over to you.
I pick one. So that's how many now? I gave 2 out, so 5.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone has
Okay.
one.
Yeah, everyone will have one. Oh God. I feel like an asshole because I don't want to leave a donation. I should have gone to Bajur's first. Fuck me.
You did leave a
Uh,
donation. They said they were gonna make that for you free, and you gave them money anyway.
Oh yeah, you're right. That's true. I did, but still.
Yeah, they just needed the diamonds.
I'll donate later. Yes, I have other matters with my group. We've already gotten into something, believe it or not. So I'll head out and thank you very much. And to Bajur's I go, unless I get stopped.
Nope.
Okay. I just asked the price on the dragon slaying axe that I completely forgot to ask earlier.
I'd say 15K.
15.
Yep.
I chime in over the.
Nyx has 3 that she will gladly donate.
Well, I was about to say I chime in over the earrings, and I'm like, "Hey, I need a loaner, 2K, 2K, one 2K."
Yeah, Nyx is doing 2K.
Okay, all right. So, yeah, I guess I'll buy it. Is it just a? First I'm gonna get specifics on it. Is it easier to hit with this axe? Does it deal a bit more damage to anything other than
It is.
dragons?
It is a It is a dragon slaying battle axe.
Dragon slaying battle axe. I need to look this up because I don't remember this.
It's a battle axe that slays dragons.
Damn.
It adds another 3d6 to dragons.
Jesus. Is that it?
That's basically it.
Yo, you can crit with that.
Does it wait? Does it also have the? Does it also have the +1 bonus to attack and damage?
Not to my knowledge, but I don't have the book right.
It does. It does on the DMG. I'm asking if this one does.
Well, I mean, if it does on the DMG, then it does.
Okay. All right. So yeah, once Nyx gets the 2K over, I'll buy it.
Baller.
And, be broke as fuck. And,
Yep.
I mean, hey, that's useful for going dragon killing.
yeah. Oh man, I'm actually like a walking armory. I need a bag of armory. Like this is ridiculous. I have.
We need to figure out how to make you what's that chick from Fairy Tale? Who like switches
Ursa?
armor? Yeah, Ursa. You just switch armor and weapons whenever you want.
Yeah.
What,
I
like a
have-
Bloodborne character?
Yeah, basically.
Or like Skyrim. It's just the middle of the fight. I just switch armors.
Just in the middle of the fight, you eat like 17 wheels of cheese. you just fucking pause. You're just like.
And full health. So, yeah, I
and
have
you gain 50 pounds.
I have my
of
new suite.
cheese.
No,
Yeah,
actually,
well-
if it was Skyrim, you'd be losing 50 pounds.
Right.
Yeah.
You
I
essentially have
have
the metabolism of Flash Gordon.
my sweet flame tongue sword, Dragon's Fang. I have Battle Axe +1, a vicious warhammer, and now I have the Dragon Slaying Battle Axe.
Who's holding on to all these extra weapons for you?
He is.
I think it's just me. They're just all on my back.
Because it's like,
I would consider selling some of the.
Yeah, I forgot I had them when we. God damn it! All right. I like step out the door and I come right back into Bajur's shop, and I
You are too encumbered to fast travel. You are too encumbered to fast travel.
just start dropping soul gems on the ground. Anyway, I turn around and I'm like, I forgot I had one more piece of business. I'm sorry for bothering your reading time. I have these, and I pull out the Battle Axe +1 of the Vicious Warhammer, and I say, they're both enchanted. This one is first degree enchantment, and this one, if you hit a weak point, it hits harder.
That is interesting.
Would you take
Yeah, we could take them.
for how much? I make sure to keep my hands on the weapons.
Oh, I'd say since the first degree enchantment's not very interesting, I'd say a grand total of maybe 7,000.
God damn it.
You know,
All right.
remember, we don't get money from the keep anymore, so that's
No, I know,
basically
I
a
know,
paycheck.
Yeah, I have no use for them anymore, so I slide them over. Did I get 7,000?
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah. That was exactly how much
are
I
you
needed for the
paying back the
manual.
loan now?
Yes, I am. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I already forgot. I actually did.
And was that for just that one weapon, or was it for all of them?
For
As
both-
for all of them.
Yeah. I mean, it was just 2 weapons. And one of them was just a +1, which... Bajur's got fucking robes of the Archmagi. +1s are fucking cattle
fucking
prods.
peasants.
Yeah. Those are mundane to him.
Can we stop by the Wizard's Tower and see what kind of potions they have cooked up before we head over to Scary Dragon Mountain?
Yes, but we will be doing that next time.
No.
I need to make a macro for Dragon Slayer damage.
Oh, damn it!
That's a lot.
Thank you, Cope, for reminding me. We still don't know what the mask or the 2 sealed scrolls do.
The what?
The mask from the Duke of Reavers and his 2 spell scrolls.
Oh shit!
Oh,
yeah, good.
shit, yeah.
Well, we can take them to the Wizard Tower while we're up there.
We did. I gave them to him months ago.
Did we? Oh.
Yeah, literal months ago.
I gave them to him
Good.
before our
Then that
last
should be done.
adventure. Now, can we figure out what they are, or
Not right now.
no?
Next
As I
week.
said, we're ending next week.
Next week we hopefully kill a blue dragon, and then
Oh wait, does the Dragon Slayer require attunement? If it didn't, that would be primo.
I don't
It
know.
doesn't.
We don't-
Really?
Yeah,
Oh my god.
Perfect.
a lot of weapons don't actually require attunement.
We
Flame
just learned
Tongue does because
Artax's
of that.
happy noise.
Yeah. Flame Tongue
he
does
squeaks.
because it has a command word, I think.
Oh yeah.
But that's it.